Hello, Quad Squad. How is everyone doing? +1.
Hi.
Howdy ho, howdy fly, everybody. This is a first ever event. Welcome to Thunderdome. This is the first ever dual stream from Quad Squad.
I
Thank you
think
very
that
much.
was racist.
A little, just a little.
It's just
Casey, I like when you say hi, internet, because it reminds me of when my dad started going on YouTube with like me and Tammy. He'd come on and he'd be like, "Hello, podcast land."
yeah, that's right. He would. I forgot about that.
So cute.
I think I subconsciously ripped it from Donut Operator and the Unsub podcast because he starts every episode, "Hi everyone," and then goes into his monologue. And somewhere along the way, I started going, "Hi internet," and I think I just kind of subconsciously ripped that off.
Well, I guess it is kind of powered by Google, which is internet, right? So
You know something corny I thought of since we both were employees for the cult of Quick Trip? I thought it'd be funny if we ended our podcast with "See you next time."
Oh,
Why does that sound familiar? That's from a thing. See you next time.
Yeah, it's to brainwash you that you are coming back here.
Oh,
You
okay.
will be spending
Yeah,
money
it's-
with-
yeah.
When people leave your business, see you later.
That's far more intellectual than I
Yeah.
thought it was a reference
We
to a
have the
movie.
same aviators.
Do we?
Oh, it looks
my
like
God, sir.
you do.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
All right.
Or until later. That's right.
Serendipitous. What's
Mhm.
up? Joker Diaz. That's a name I recognize from, I think, a long time now.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a minute. What's up, guy?
Eve, Ducks, to all the good people.
Yep.
Hello,
Hi,
Yeah.
Duck.
hello.
Duck is in.
Now I'll say hello, everybody.
Yeah.
We're live, ideally.
Welcome to our stream. That's the first time I have saw you, but they've saw you before. So
We're such professionals that my co-host did her intro 5 minutes before we went live.
she was ready. She was ready.
Staying ahead of the curve, man. Get ahead of everything.
That's right. That's right. So we are talking JonBenet Ramsey tonight again. I'm new, as they say. Well, welcome. Welcome. We like new people.
Joker's cool.
I'm not tripping. Like, he's from back in the day, right?
Yeah, he's from he knows a lot about some people that went to prison. He's from that era.
Yeah. Okay. I knew the name.
Without context, that sounds so much crazier than it actually is.
It was enough for me. I knows it. So, all right, yeah, this is kind of the part 2
Mm-hmm.
of where we left off on the infamous tragedy case that is JonBenet
Mm-hmm.
and all of the endless, tunnels that go every which way. Speaking of tunnels, there's a couple of amazing things that Tammy here kind of brought up that we're going to share throughout the show to kind of dive deeper in and kind of see what it looked like to be there to the best of our ability.
I fully thought you were going with a Jew tunnel joke.
No, not this guy. No,
Yeah.
that's all right.
We're not that classy on this podcast.
Yeah, I get enough of that as it is.
He says he may have been around for a bit.
Here and there.
I know.
That's a lot of people have said that. Yeah. My only drawback to that is I don't think he could have used the. I always have a trouble remembering that thing. Am I buffering to anybody? I don't. Duck says I'm buffering, but I don't. Hi,
Hey,
Karen.
Karen, dear. Welcome.
Good
Oh
enough.
my God.
Mr.
Hey, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
If we're buffering, please do let us know.
Yes.
Hey, actions.
Yeah.
Actions, holy.
Wait, am I reading it wrong? Sorry, I'm on my phone. It's
No.
so tiny.
No.
No, you're good.
So
Okay.
what I'll explain a little bit, all good on my end. Okay.
Yeah, we good.
We are dual streaming, so you may be in Eli's chat or you may be in mine, but we will see you. We see the chat. How we see the chat is we see everybody. So we are
Oh.
live on my channel and his channel at the same time.
Next time, just do your one channel or the other so that you guys get the views. All the views have to go to one place, make it. Aren't we trying to get your views up?
Yes.
That was something that was being discussed. I think we just didn't know. We assumed maybe it worked another way, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. We're here. We're live.
But it also may, give me subscribers that I don't have.
Oh.
Because who wouldn't come in to my chat because they were coming into Eli's? Now they will maybe they will subscribe to me because they see us both live. That's what I'm hoping to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the way, just in case, since I got a whole bunch of screens pulled up, do a solid, especially for your old friend here, and subscribe to the lovely lady at the upper left-hand corner there. That's Barnes and Noble Crime Time. Barnes and Noble
Very good.
Crime
You
Time.
got it. You got
It's stuck in
it.
my head.
Eli
Before I
got that
say it, I
Elvis
would say
hair
it wrong.
swirl going on.
Oh, no, Karen said it's buffering really bad now.
Yeah, I don't know. My internet is like it always has been. I don't know.
Could it be the dual streaming thing? Should I just
might
stop
be.
sharing the stream?
It could be. I don't. Nobody's ever said that it.
It sounds fine to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, just
Is
keep.
it?
Okay, thank you, Caucasian Sasquatch is an immensely talented individual. Please feel free to join
I like that name.
my homie who I just mentioned here. But if you do see some buffering issues, do please once again let us know, and I'll have to make the ultimate sacrifice and just kibosh the stream on this end. But thank you. I'm getting it fine on my end.
Dual Universal is trippy on YouTube. Yeah, it's fine. It's doing it for some, and for some it's not. It's kind of weird.
Well, I'm special, so.
So what I was going to say about Burke is I don't think he has the strength to use what is it called? The stick.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember what they call that little thingy-majig.
That was used around her throat.
I also don't think that he hit her hard enough to do the head thing either. I know they did the testings, and John Ramsey sued the people who did it, even though they're all specialists and it's been their job for fucking, what do you, like 30, 40, 50 years. Like, it was like hundreds of years experience between all of them that did this whatever documentary, and John Ramsey sued them. But I think they did say that Burke would have enough strength for how the skull was. But I just don't think that Burke was involved, honestly. I think there was some essay going on, and I think that there's a lot of stuff for me mimics and is almost identical and kind of creepy to even see how it mimics Summer Wells. And so it makes me wonder if Burke wasn't also getting abused in every which way as well.
Mm-hmm.
So right out the gate, I just want to lay my transparency bare, as I like to, when it comes to this case and the suspects that I'm aware of, which seems to be a great many. There is a very particular consensus that the father had more than just little to do with it, and I will admit, my bias due to watching the most recent documentary regarding the JonBenet case, and I guess Mr. Benet still trying to live his life, and just me reading him.
Yeah, he's marrying fans.
Okay, developing news.
What?
He's
It's not new. It's not news, but yeah, his
No news to me.
new wife or his last wife was a very big fan of the case.
Yeah.
And he loved to brag about that. And it's very fucking weird.
How can you be a fan of the case?
Also, JonBenet's case and situation is also what you would consider overkill. And I don't know what a 9-year-old boy would need to even worry about that or panic about. Because it's quite overkill when you're choking her with a device to tighten, loosen. It's basically keep re-choking her. And then also the hit in the head with the hammer.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember what it was they used on that part. I would have to look that up again to be correct. I can't remember.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a hammer.
I can't.
Maybe
Honestly,
I'm thinking. I remember when Dawn called me and said, "Cher, it's like Summer got hit in her fucking head with a fucking hammer." That stuck in my mind because I was like, wait, so you remember how I was coaching him to see if he would take the coaching from other cases? So I didn't know if he was mimicking JonBenet Ramsey or not.
Right. That's true. Yeah. I remember that.
I have kind of, all right, since Summer Wells was just brought up, I have just a singular question because I ran into this post by someone who's been very invested with Summer Wells on YouTube. I forget who it was, but it was a very impassioned community post about, like, take it easy with the new sheriff and give him time. Are people laying into him real hard or something?
I mean, I'm sure he's anybody who steps up into that position who is now responsible for finding Summer Wells is immediately going to be, hey, what the fuck, man? You've been the sheriff for 3 hours. Why didn't you find Summer Wells yet?
Right.
I'm sure he's
exactly.
So okay, pretty much what I was imagining could be the case. It was the only thing that I could think of. And that is unfortunate. I hope he intends to do well and does well. Apparently, he's got himself a good reputation. But that being said, that was the question.
Now speaks. I'm trying not to interrupt all my co-hosts. I fucking talk a lot on my show. You guys hear enough of my weird thoughts throughout time.
Do it, man. You say what you want to say. You say the thing, bruh.
I was gonna. Oh yeah, when Cher was saying she thinks it might have been both kids being handled inappropriately. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense to me because I feel like if it's happening to one, it's probably happening to everyone and possibly your wife. Like usually people who do that are creepy all the way around. Yep. So it kind of makes sense if he was doing it to one, he'd be doing it to kind of anyone and everyone. He could get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you look at the Wells kids, all of them were done that way. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, if we get to Burke's interview, and I don't think we will, which is okay because we can definitely do another JonBenet, which I was going to anyway.
Oh, heck yeah, because you know what? He's continuing. He is on Chris McDonough's all the time. But sis, what do you think? I forget how I was going to say something.
Never mind. Ghost of Third Eye, is that?
Third Eye, he's an OG. He's been around for a minute.
Okay.
No, I'm the king. I'm not a co-host. I'm the king of the carnies. No, Barnabas the Bazaar is the king of... I'm the czar of the carnies.
I'm just guy with the curl on the
hierarchy.
Forehead.
Barnabas owns zombies, so he clearly outranks me.
Mark is the
None of
beard
you
of
watch-
reason.
Yes, this.
None of
yes.
you watch pro wrestling, and really none
No.
of you watch Juggalo pro wrestling, so this makes no sense to you.
Oh,
Hi,
here.
Ghost. Nice
I
to see
just
you.
remembered now. I don't know what it was that Casey said, but it just triggered my memory. It gives me the mom and dad give me the energy of Lyle and Eric Menendez's mom and dad.
Yeah, I can see that. Hmm.
So I think, and I also think that they were allowing, their rich neighbor friends that they spent Christmas with, and then they made sure to call to be over there as well before even the police were there.
And how
I mean-
many creeps from her little children beauty pageant? Fucking
Yeah, I definitely think you have another show or two to do on this, because I would like for Casey and Eli and Mark to see like all of the weird suspects, from the people who come forward and confess, even though it's definitely not true,
Yeah.
but also from each individual character, especially the Santa Claus. Because let's not forget, he picked her up and brought her and laid her under the Christmas tree and covered her up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Right,
that
the dad
Santa
did.
Claus was
John
found with wasn't it a taser or stun gun in his room?
I believe so.
Which there is stun gun marks on her. But anyways, that's a whole nother maybe show. But yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Mrs. Smith. Good to
But
see you.
you get the idea of what I think
Yeah.
anyways. But I would really love the guys to see some of these characters and spend some time digging into some of them. I think they would really be interested in looking into the Santa, if
Well,
you remember him.
I have the Burke interview, which I eventually want to get to, and just and I don't mean this in any kind of bad way, and I'm not reflecting on Burke or making fun of him in any kind of way, but you can tell in this interview something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can tell he has been bothered by something or through something or traumatized by that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I want y'all to have your own when you see
Well,
it.
he was diagnosed with some things too, right, sis? Doesn't he have like the Asperger's or something weird?
I think he does,
It's-
but yeah, I think like it's not at that time it was Asperger's, I think, but they don't call it that anymore.
That was removed from the
Mhm.
DBSM. Now it's just autism on
Yeah.
some
Oh,
level
yeah.
of the spectrum. Yeah.
Asperger's is like offensive now or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I
Yeah,
had no
No,
idea.
oh God, please, not the last thing. Do not
But this is-
apologize for any of that.
This has been 30 years ago, so I'm sure at that time that would have been a word they would have used.
Well, yeah, because remember with my accident, I remember the exact word was telling them basically like, put me away in one of them homes because I'm just going to be a drooling vegetable for the rest of my life. Exact words. So yeah, they weren't very kind back in the day.
No,
True
I mean,
crime is lame, dude.
What's the round table?
Well, we're gonna
consensus?
do it over here if it's lame or not.
Right?
Do-
Oh, are we getting trolls?
It's all gravy. Trust me on that.
you got like 25 views on your last video, my guy. Shut the fuck up.
It's, we know how it operates. Some people just want to get that bit of attention. Anyway, what is the round the table consensus if we have one? Like, what's everybody's vote on who the most likely suspect is? Because that I'm interested by, and I think I remember shares.
John Ramsey
Same
and
with you.
others.
yeah,
Okay.
right.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards him too. It
Damn.
makes the most sense unless you go down real conspiracy hole and they were trying to sell her into a trafficking ring and somebody else was there to like buy her and some shit went down. But if we're going by the story we've gotten, he makes the most sense.
Is it because I'm all right? What is it?
And don't forget, guys, Gasoline Maxwell is in photographs at the beauty pageants and spotted sitting right behind Patsy Ramsey, the mom. And not only that, there's a picture that, well, you can't see the face. It's the exact fucking outfit that we last knew JonBenet to be in, and sitting on top of Epstein's shoulders. We will find all of that stuff so that we can
Yeah, we'll have to
cover it
find.
next time.
Yeah.
Ghislaine
It's
was pictured
true.
with who?
Say again.
Ghislaine was pictured with who?
Patsy Ramsey. She was at multiple of the beauty pageants
Oh,
that
wow.
JonBenet was in.
What? Jeffrey Epstein people were at child beauty pageants? Why?
Can you
For what
imagine?
reason? What?
No
Oh, because they
way.
wanted to bring them back to the island and do a slumber party.
Well, let me just. I was gonna ask because I'm noticing some consistency, like when it comes to, and I can't apologize for it. Like I can only afford to be sincere, especially if I am volunteering to hit live. That I'm gonna put it out there. I always appear to be the most skeptical, but just like when we talked about Bigfoot on that last fun episode. By God, did I actually really get way more persuaded than I ever thought was possible. But yeah, no, in this case, just based on, and again, I acknowledge the sources I'm watching are very heavy on the narrative. Of course, like really anything, everything, anywhere you go, it's its own little piece of propaganda. Everything is shaping a narrative. So based on the narrative presented from that last Netflix documentary, mostly kind of hosted by the father, I don't believe it was him, but
Okay.
I think it's
Exactly.
absolutely possible.
Okay. That's okay. That's good.
Of
So
course it's
Eli,
okay. Yeah.
Eli, you
Yes.
find your daughter, the pride of your life, apple of your eye. You find her dead in the basement, and very obviously, keep in mind, the law came out and said she was sexually assaulted, definitely multiple times prior to her
Did
death.
ghost.
Okay, so mom and dad would know this, and so. You find your daughter, you carry her up. It's Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, and you lay your dead daughter under the Christmas tree. And your next move is you're going in the room and making sure that the helicopter's ready because you're going to go on that vacation.
Yeah, okay.
Which was the next day, and the next day after JonBenet
So-
went missing.
The nail in the coffin for me is always, same with Summer Wells too, very similar, but the nail in the coffin for me is always, look what age they are, right before they start going to school, right before they're going to be around other adults that aren't family members, where maybe they could say, hey, sometimes daddy does stuff. So now if you've been doing this to a little girl her whole life and she's about to be able to rat on you, now you got a problem to take care of, and it's fucked up that people do that, but sometimes it's easier to just get rid of a problem than go to prison for your entire life and be beat up because you do things to children.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo. Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm not defending my position. Really, there's very little defense because when you put it that way, dear Lord. But
Right.
I mean, regarding all of the, I know the investigation, like many of these, they're so damn botched. He was.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, this one.
Why was he exonerated? Did they find DNA on her that was his, or was it unidentified?
It's been unidentified for all this time for whatever reason, but if you ask me, it's my opinion, allegedly, that there were law enforcement people involved, which is why they let that girl go there who kept calling for backup and nobody would show up. And they let her there to basically hang and dry. And fuck up the crime scene and everything, to put it all on her. So, anyways, I think that there were videos being made and such, and I do think that law enforcement knew.
Yeah. I think for me with her being there is she really, if they'd have let her go and continue on the case, she probably was going down a path they didn't want her to go down, because she has an opinion of who she thinks done it, and she said she knew not too long after she got there. She already knew who was guilty of it.
Well,
Yeah, just from everyone's behaviors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you referring to the sheriff? Oh, the woman. I remember the woman that we covered. She did heavily. Oh yeah. Okay. Flashback. She heavily implied this. She was the lead investigator.
Yes.
Lovely woman. Very very good career. Background. All of that. By God. Oh, and I remember when she went on live television, and pretty much implied she does believe the family was involved. Okay.
She said right after she got there, so I would assume that's who she meant.
No matter what you think happened, whether you think there was some like third party involved, someone else was in the house or some other, we know one thing's for sure, and that is this family is heavily connected, including has Epstein ties, which means they damn sure paid off the police. As soon as the cops got there, the cops were like, oh, well, these are Epstein's buddies, so if we do anything wrong.
Can I, man, I feel like the buzzkill when all right. I'm going to be the devil's advocate. Not even. And I acknowledge mainstream sources are not always reliable. I think that's an obvious caveat there. So I use my little AI crap, and it says there is no verified, and of course the exact kind of thing that would be covered up. But anyway, no, there is no verified or credible evidence that Ghislaine Maxwell was pictured with Patsy Ramsey. Conspiracy theory circulating since 2020, especially after Maxwell's arrest, focus on a genuine photo of young JonBenet Ramsey in which a woman with short dark hair appears partially in the background. So it goes on, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to get to Maxwell didn't unproven, sitting at rest. Okay, I don't.
I'm going to find it, but let's say that they're not involved. I still fully believe it's John Ramsey and his rich buddies.
I also, even if there's no picture that exists or whatever, if this family is this involved in these high-end children pageants, they still absolutely had Epstein ties for sure, whether it's publicly known or not.
Definitely advertising, and not only that, they were struggling to keep up with the costs of it and stuff, but they still kept managing to be okay with money. And then the ransom note that multiple handwriting experts said Patsy Ramsey wrote, and just so happened to be the exact amount that John Ramsey was getting for a bonus at work for like a however much. It was an unbelievable amount of money. So you've got now large amounts of money with your daughter who's missing but really dead in your basement.
Well, look who he worked for or was connected to.
Well, I forget who his job was.
Lockheed Martin.
Lockheed Martin. Oh, that's right.
I have some. Okay, this thing that was meant to vindicate the Ramseys just shot itself in the foot.
I am doing good, thank you.
So, all right, check this out. I don't know why they'd put this here. So, a minor coincidental, like, come on, now I feel like this thing is trying to build a narrative. A minor coincidental link, sometimes cited, is that, and this is a fact, the attorneys from the same Denver law firm, Haddon, Morgan, and Foreman, represented the Ramseys in the 1990s and later Maxwell in civil matters decades afterwards.
Bingo. So there are ties.
Yes, there are. Huh.
Well, that's alarming. That's her on his shoulders too, because it's the exact outfit. Now, could it be a coincidence? Yeah, but it's fucking weird.
I was friends with a little girl that was on Unsolved Mysteries. Her name was Jacqueline Dallaby. Dallaby? Did I say that right?
Damn, might have to look into that.
Oh, thank you.
But also, I forgot about Lockheed Martin.
Yes, and they're still around. Lockheed Martin is
That
still around.
just made like 175 things click all at once.
hmm
No wonder this was so easy for them. They know the people whose job it is to make people go away. That's Lockheed Martin's whole thing, is make people not exist anymore.
And he could, all he had to do was, he said
Oh,
they
Let's
forgot
not
to,
upchurch it.
huh?
I was just kidding. I said, let's not upchurch it.
Oh,
Well, everybody knows what Lockheed Martin does.
Yeah.
The fuck are we talking about?
yeah. But the thing with that is, like, they didn't turn on their security system, right?
Right. And
So-
the one night they said, oh, we left the door open. The one night we didn't turn the alarms on. The one night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like Dawn Wells, all of the stars were aligning at just the perfect time.
So they could have didn't turn the security system on and went to their little parties, and somebody could have easily got in while they were gone, because
How
they
about,
left
I
it
don't think she
open for them to
ever
get
went.
in.
I don't think she went home alive. I think they
remember.
had the pineapples and milk before they went to this whatever Christmas party with the rich neighbors that they always hung out with. And, Burke was really loved over there too. That's why I think Burke was essayed as well, because they said some weird stuff that went in my mind differently. And anyway, I think she was watching JonBenet's figure, so she didn't want JonBenet eating a bunch of the foods at the Christmas party, so she gave her the pineapples and the milks before. And I think that she didn't come home alive, or let's say not doing so hot.
Because
Yeah,
Go ahead.
just for people that are not aware, that was the final remnants found in poor JonBenet's stomach post autopsy. Was just the pineapples, and was there any milk actually in there?
they
Yeah,
didn't,
no, it's
well, they-
pineapple and milk.
Like
they
on
didn't say
the
milk on the autopsy. They just said pineapple.
right, and the alleged final meal that was near, it was in the house or it was near her body, one of the two. It's a bowl of pineapple chunks inside, sitting within milk. So,
Right. With a cup of tea,
with
glass
the cup
of
of
tea.
tea. Right.
Not cup, glass, but it had Burke's fingerprints on it and Patsy's fingerprints on it. The bowl and the spoon, or the fork, whatever was in there, but not JonBenet's.
If we want to play conspiracy theory here, who's to say that? God, I hate how I have to say things like this, but who's to say that maybe somebody hadn't rented JonBenet, and they were like, okay, well, we're going to turn the security cameras off and go to this party, and you will be at the house when we get back, so nobody knows. And then in the process of whatever was happening, something went wrong and she died.
Yeah, I haven't since it's been introduced that the possibility is there that she may not have, she could have been taken home, already passed on and planted there. It's not something I ever really entertained before, but the more I learned about the friend's house that they stayed at, I added it to my little pile of considerations / possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Because at each house they stopped, because there was only 2 houses that they stopped at, and the 2 houses they stopped at, there was not pineapple at any of those parties.
Right. So
where did she get it from? Somebody had to have given it to her within, and it said within a couple of hours of her passing.
Yeah, it was like essentially undigested. like just starting to actually be digested by the time
Right.
she died.
Right.
Ominous.
Which, yeah, fucking creepy. Feed
Yeah.
somebody pineapple right before you do that.
Right.
And so either you're saying Patsy fed it to her or Bert fed it to her, because they were the only ones, they're the only fingerprints that were on the bowl and the teacup.
Yeah, I
and
think
spoon.
she probably said, "Bert, get me a bowl and a spoon." She probably made it because I stand by my belief that they drugged her. And I don't think we're ever going to know the truth, because I do think that there are some corrupt investigators and cops that have definitely been in this case. And I think
Although for sure,
the pineapple and warm milk was to drug her, because anyone that knows about being drugged and drugging people and stuff like that, you make sure milk coats the stomach and helps with vomiting.
Mhm.
So that's always been my opinion.
Well, and they didn't DNA the spoon.
Yeah, another sign of just complete just botchery on the
There's-
part of the people that
Yeah.
were there to investigate on scene.
There's also the possibility the pineapple in the bowl in the house is not even the same pineapple that was in her stomach.
Yeah.
There's
The
a
only
possibility someone did that, and then after the fact, they were like, "Oh shit, fuck, go
Mhm.
put a bowl of pineapple over there so we can say."
the only thing that they really said about the pineapple was it was fresh pineapple, not canned pineapple. They do know that it was actually cut up pineapple.
Yeah, and you can see, sis, you showed videos your last show, and you can see that they have a bunch of fruit trays and whole pineapples in the fruit trays. So
Yeah.
What I'm saying though is, say this did happen at that party or somewhere else, not at the home. Maybe
Yeah.
they give her her favorite snack to make her feel comfortable and like everything's good, whatever. All the shit goes down. Now all of a sudden we have a deceased child, and they get back home and they're like, put a bowl of pineapple over there so we can at least, so when they find it in her stomach, we can say that whatever.
Yeah.
I just have to confirm for myself the milk in the bowl, but autopsy showed no milk, right, in her.
They
that's
didn't
what I'm
mention.
saying. But also, I'm not sure how liquids work in autopsies like that.
Yeah, I don't
I've
think
heard both. I've heard they think there was like milk soaked into the pineapple, so they're not sure if she drank milk or if
But-
it just like they don't really know.
No, you can see it in the bowl.
Yes.
There's straight up a bowl of milk with pineapple. Plus, I heard the investigators talk about milk and pineapple since I was a kid. That's the only reason I ever tried it.
Sounds
you
fucking
like it?
terrible to me.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was, I don't really like milk, but it wasn't bad. It just basically kind of had a hint of like a smoothie, but no, I didn't, like, I couldn't eat a whole bowl of it or nothing. I had, I think, 2-3 bites.
Yeah. But how could they have drugged her with pineapple if she didn't have pineapple somewhere else?
I'm pulling up the PDF of the.
Well, the only reason, the only way they could have, like I was saying, is if they fed it to her, because it is in her autopsy. That is one thing they listed in her autopsy report was fresh pineapple, and they knew it was fresh over canned because it has the rind, has that rind substance in it that they could tell that it's fresh. So, but all the people at the parties said they didn't serve any pineapple. So,
Okay, I didn't drink water today.
yeah. So,
I can say shit too.
I mean, are the people lying, or are they? I mean, you know.
This is a very.
I have not once ever in my life had a tomato in my home. I can say
Right.
things.
Right. So who knows? You know what I'm saying? I guess it's just you go by the autopsy report, and it just like in the Watts case, it contradicts everything Chris said. everything Chris said, the autopsy said you're lying. You are an effing liar because that is not what Shanann's autopsy says. And so I kind of feel like Patsy said, I don't know where that pineapple came from.
Yeah.
I didn't fix it for her. I cannot tell you where that came from. Your fingerprints are on it. So if the bowl is in the dishwasher or it was washed by your maid, because I'm sure you didn't do it. Sorry.
Right.
Is
But
that a
if you-
Freudian slip
you know,
though?
If
I
it
don't
was
know where the
washed, is that
pineapple is she saying I don't know where the pineapple in her stomach came from?
yes.
Is
Yeah,
that a
because
slip?
they told her, did she have pineapple that night? She's like, no, she didn't have pineapple that night. They're like, well, it's in her autopsy report. She says, well, I don't know how JonBenet got it because I didn't give it to her.
So the report is clear that they were able to find remnants of pineapple, but no milk. But again, man, the way it's deconstructed, and I don't know how long she was even gone before she was, brought to the autopsy room.
Right.
So
Thank you for the jewels. Thank you. I don't know if Eli got. I'm sure Eli's the one that got those because I don't think I can get anything. But thank you.
Eve. Not yet,
Thank-
sis. You're almost
you kindly.
there.
I've
Hey, Ghost.
never heard of milk and pineapple unless you kind of put it like. Oh, thank you, Eve. 67 jewels. Oh my God.
6'7".
Oh my God. I cannot tell y'all. Oh my God. 6'7". Okay. But she says she doesn't know where it came from. So, but your fingerprints are on the bowl. So when your maid washes your bowls, does that not wash your fingerprints off of there? I don't know how fingerprints work as far as that goes.
Kind of. I mean, yes, in theory, but like if let's say her fingers were a little bit extra greasy that day for whatever reason,
Extra
like
greasy.
if you're not trying to scrub a fingerprint off, you can kind of miss it. And like, yes and no, it's believable that it was washed, but there was still a fingerprint on it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. She says, I didn't give it to her. I don't know how she got it. But it's on the table. It's on the counter.
But that also makes me wonder then, did maybe this is a question that's already been answered, but did Mom, Dad, and Burke maybe have pineapple like when they got home? Like they don't know how JonBenet got it, but they all ate this mysterious bowl of pineapple that was sitting out. And then I don't know why it would be such a confusing thing to just say that to a detective, but now they're being like, I don't know how she got pineapple in her stomach, even though there's a bowl of it that clearly someone was eating.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
Ronnie, Patsy also said that JonBenet was asleep when they got home, that she was so sleepy and tired, they had to take her upstairs and undress her and put her pajamas on.
Yeah.
So she would have been too sleepy and tired to eat pineapple.
Yeah.
You know.
So drugged.
Yeah, that's what,
it ties into this, near nonsensical theory because I have nothing to back it up of the possibility that by God, maybe they transferred her body from, the people allegedly, what was it? The Whites? Is that the name of the family that they were hanging out with before they?
I think that's their last name.
I mean, but I am not doubling down on this theory. It's just something I'm
right. No, it's
I mean, it is odd that, little kids get tired and fall asleep random places and whatever, but it is odd that she was so exhausted that Mom had to undress her and put her in her pajamas when it's Christmas. All little kids ever are fucking jazzed on Christmas because it's Christmas. Those little shits don't go to bed.
So true.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all we can do is kind of what I call the armchair quarterback, and I respect how we do we speculate, and we're all presenting all what we consider as possibilities. So when we go, like, there's just some areas where I'm like, okay, possible, but I need more, and that's probably honestly where we're all going to end up by the end of it. Or like all of my co-hosts here, they firmly believe that it was allegedly the Pops. Bert is his name. I don't know why. Maybe you can clear it up for me. Why
That's
do I?
the brother Bert.
Burke is the brother.
Bert is
yeah.
the brother. I apologize.
John is the father.
John's the father. Is Bert the? Oh nope, never mind. I have in my mind that I once heard a tale of. Didn't she have a stalker of some kind?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure there was several fucking creeps from, again, her little beauty pageant.
Shit.
And also, I'm happy you respect my speculation, because it seems like most people just get fucking mad at me for it.
No, I want everybody's speculation, because that's what makes us look at different avenues and different angles. And because if we all think the same thing, we're not gonna.
That's an open playing field. Anybody that can't accept that other people think in the capacity and the way they do, well, that's the problem of the person that just can't pull up their big boy pants. Okay,
Your conversation's kind of over with if you just want to be in a room full of people. That's oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So what's left to talk about then?
Yeah. I mean, we can agree to disagree. That's why we're here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of times, me and Cher don't agree on stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
also
not
way funner to like. I knew the question of what do I think happened was going to come up, and I almost said it was obviously Lee Harvey Oswald, clearly. He got JonBenet, and then he ran out and got JFK, and those names rhyme, so obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
I was going to do a whole bit where that was my theory, but then I forgot as soon as you guys asked me.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Burke used to smear his feces on walls when he met. That's what I heard.
You know what? My bitch sister used to do that too. Psycho. But that doesn't mean that he's a murderer.
Right. I've always wondered if Patsy got mad when she was putting her pajamas on and did it. Then they had to come up with a cover-up.
Yeah, because you do that kind of stuff when there's abuses going on and trauma, especially sexual.
Word on the street is if you fart ever, you are probably a psychopath. That's just what I heard.
Well, that's true. That's why women don't.
All Mark does is fart.
Good night, guys.
Women.
Explains it all.
You're the farter.
You're just trying to be embarrassing.
You fart.
No. I thought you were going to tell them the open story.
I didn't sign up for this. It was a joke. We've
gone too far.
So,
damn it.
Tammy, do you mind pulling up the
Nope, you ready? Y'all ready?
The layout?
Sure. Let's do that.
I am intrigued to see, because this is it's a puzzle of a house. It's one of those just wealthy kind of fuck you, I'm rich houses. Bunch of rooms.
What?
Craziness.
Stop being a dumbass.
No, that's literally why I'm here.
It's one of my only talents.
Yeah, like I'm good at fucking 3 things, and being a dumbass is one of them. And the other 2 stem from being a dumbass.
Oh my goodness.
Dumbass strong.
All right. We're going to hop over here. I'm going to make this bigger. Now, this channel's kind of weird. They only have like 3 videos. I tried to go on there and get a link for them to put it in the chat or put it in the description. There is no link. I've never seen a channel where you can't go and get their link. They don't have a link. I don't know. They're there. They only have 3 videos on there, and they're JonBenet, and there was no link to grab to share it. So
Okay, hey, simply stated, fair use, and thanks to what
yeah.
appears to be the channel called Sound Advice for the footage.
Yep. So here we go. And this was like 3 or 4 years ago, I think, that they put this on here, and I don't think they. So 3 years ago.
Actually had to. Okay, I respect this more. I honestly thought it was going to be like an AI layout of the house. They probably actually had to like put some work into this.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to put their link in there, but there is no. I couldn't find a link. Maybe somebody better than me can do it, but I didn't find it. So
That's all right.
they put this out there 3 years ago, so we're gonna watch it and see what happens.
As a channel owner, you can I believe prevent your link from being shared, just like I disabled my name from being tagged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe they don't care if you use it then.
Regardless, it is fair use.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right, here we go.
Looking at the 3D model of the Ramsey home that I have built. I'm
Yep,
going to
you
be
built
going
it.
very briefly over how it was made. The construction of it and the references used will probably be better suited to their own post because I think it's going to be a long one. Right now, what you are looking at is an overhead view of a satellite map. This is the same view you would see on Google Maps. I'm in a program called Blender. It's a 3D design modeling animation program. It's free for anyone to use, so you can get this for Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. You cannot get this for an iPad, unfortunately, but any other operating
Fuck you,
system.
Apple users.
You sound like somebody else I know.
I just have a personal
So
beef
inside
with
of
Apple.
Blender,
Against Apple users.
Yeah.
Against
Same.
Apple.
Yes.
there is a plugin called GIS that lets me import satellite images and topography data or elevation data. So that is what I have done to
Look how
create this,
crowded
and
that
then
looks.
the rest of the home model is
That looks, all those houses, it looks so crowded.
I was gonna say it looks like one of those blurry pictures that you move like closer or far away to see what it's in there.
Yeah.
It looks like right outside my hotel room door. That's just any neighborhood in LA.
been modeled by hand by myself based on a number of floor plans and photos and videos. So what are we looking at? This is Cascade. This is Baseline. This is 15th Street. This is 14th Street. This here is North, and this is South. And this is the alley behind the Ramsey home. So we'll take a swing around here, and you can see the rough elevation or the rough slope of the land. All of these blocks are the buildings. They're just sort of placeholder blocks. So there was one here for the Ramsey home. I've deleted it and replaced it with this custom model.
Yep.
So let's zoom in, or fly in, I should say. This is the view from the street looking up to the front door. One of the weaknesses of this model currently is that it does not account for the change in elevation provided by retaining walls at the
Oh,
Ramsey
that is
home.
bullshit.
So I
Throw it away.
believe this is just
What?
It doesn't account for the change in altitude by retaining walls. It's bullshit. Throw it away.
Yeah, terrible job.
Fucking
No.
debunk this whole thing.
On the slightest statistical chance that Sound Advice.
I don't even know what that means.
We use their content. Thank you. You did an amazing job.
Yeah, I don't know what the elevation of a retaining wall is, so I'm sure your model is fine, sir.
Yeah, and
it's
I
the,
wouldn't have known it had you not said anything.
Right?
I got the bare bones explanation for all of you confused in the chat and on the panel. It is.
But I like
Oh.
people like that just point stuff out. Like, well, it doesn't have this on here, but
Well,
It'll
I'm going to
do-
explain it. So it is the retaining wall that is on the elevated ground. You're welcome.
It doesn't sound right. There's got to be an elevator involved somewhere.
Somewhere. As big as this house is, I would think they would need a retaining wall.
The
It's probably like a
elevators
wall.
are beneath the elevation.
It's what happens when you're too poor to build a full wall around your castle. So
Yeah.
you just have one part that goes up and down like a shield.
That was the most technical explanation I've ever heard. I think did you make this channel? Is this you?
It is, yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. See.
This is what I do on the free time. I told you guys I don't sleep at night. I just make 3D models of JonBenet Ramsey's house.
Interesting hobby. Thank you.
Not anything else. Only JonBenet Ramsey's house.
And he said it took him a while, and I would say with 7,000 feet, over 7,000 square feet, it probably would.
Yeah. Clip it. Casey's a stalker.
Credit goes to Casey.
All right. All right.
A general
Co-host
elevation
calls
of
me
the
out. I
Earth
almost
and
slipped that
not-
one in there.
Oh.
I almost slipped by without anybody saying shit about like, wait a minute. What?
So specific as to contain the actual small amount of, human arranged retaining wall and earth movement. So like a few things, there may be areas where this is not accurate, but I'm doing my best to represent this as accurately as I can.
Dude, you're
And
good.
before we go in, just zooming up, we're taking a look at the satellite image, and
Fucking
you can see
crazy
where
this
there are
guy made
mature
people
trees
work.
in the yard. I've tried to represent all of those. Right now, they're just basic placeholder trees, so they can't really be
There was
considered.
another video that I have also about the house, but it's not nearly as fun as this one. It was only 2 minutes, where this one's like 20.
No, I know I was giving him shit about the elevation of the retaining wall or whatever, but this is legit impressive. This is
Yeah.
very well done.
Yeah, he's talking about his trees now. I'm sure that
Yes, we
was
should.
Yeah, they're just
Yes.
placeholders. They're supposed to represent the real trees. Yes, sir. I
No,
understand.
you did a good job on those trees, guy. I'm proud of
he
you.
did. He
Be
did. He
proud.
did a lot better than I could.
Went all Bob Ross style on it. Let's put a happy tree here near the devastating home of this horrible murder.
As a matter of fact, I felt like
We
we
need
were
to make the
watching Bob
JonBenet
Ross.
Ramsey home a little bit happy.
Hey,
Everybody needs a friend.
Robert made us feel like Bob Ross the other night when we were looking at his Bigfoot drawings. I mean, he did a great
Because
job.
he is insanely good at chalk drawing. That was
I know.
fucking impressive.
I know. He
Like
is.
legitimately, if YouTubing Bigfoot stuff doesn't work out, he could be a chalk artist.
He is good. He is. Even Bigfoot can recognize it. Bigfoot, if I drew it up there, he'd be like, "What the? What is she drawing? That's an insult. We're leaving. We're not. We don't look like that. Surely, yeah. They would not like what I would draw.
Representative of the actual type of tree. Some have, much denser coverage. I just dropped a tree trunk wherever there was a visible tree. Okay.
I'm ready.
So looking at the front of the house, we see this is the front door. This is the basement window into the boiler room. This is the pipe that exits from the boiler room out onto the street here. We're seeing into the Ramsey living room, and the solarium there up above is Burke's bedroom. Okay, slow it down a little bit. Now we go inside the house.
Well,
Entering the house, this is the, front
man, them
entryway.
stripes or
There's a
something.
wallpapered area here. This is the door to the mail slot. Then we have stairs going upstairs. There's a grandfather clock and a rug. None of the rugs can be considered representative of the actual design, just the placement and size. Same goes for stuff like this. It is not exactly this color or this shade. Same goes for every color in this house, but it should be distinct enough that you can tell, when you're transitioning from one to another. If a room has, say, a reddish hue, then it's been given a reddish hue. If there's something distinct like a pattern or a stripe, I've done that. Okay, so moving forward, we take a left turn. This is the Ramsey living room. This is what I would guess to be a baby grand piano. There are 2 chairs, a couch. There was a coffee table here, I believe, in the police footage that I haven't put in. This is roughly the size and shape of their Christmas tree. This is roughly the size and shape and placement of JonBenet's body after she was brought out of the basement by John.
And this is also the room that everybody, the friends they called and invited over and all that bull crap before the house was checked like it should have been as a crime scene or as we don't know what happened here scene. That's the room everybody collected in. Is this room right here?
And they even had Patsy. They had people going in their bedroom as well. The whole house was contaminated with people.
Yeah, they walked all over the place.
My question still is why, first of all, why move her at all? If you assume you're going to be calling the police and it's going to be a crime scene, why move her at all?
Yeah.
Really, why put her under the Christmas tree? Like your dead child is a present to the family.
That's what I was saying. Almost like sacrificial.
Why didn't he leave her there and go and say, I found her? First of all, why all of a sudden after, so this is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you finally find her after how many hours that she had been missing? And you just now think to go here and look?
This is not where she was found. She was placed here, right?
Right.
No,
He found her, he brought her and put her there. My thing is, why did it take you, if everybody walked around, if they searched the whole house when they said, because that's the first thing you do when somebody's missing, you search the area they went missing from first, which would have been her house. So had you searched her house when you first got there, you would have found her. Because you search every inch of that house to look for her. How are you 6 hours, 7 hours later just now finding her? That's what I'm asking.
All I'm going to propose, and this is not even my theory, but I'm that party pooper asshole. The only possibility as to a why, which I don't even find credible, is perhaps pure fucking some form of panic. Be like, oh my god, my sweet baby girl, but that's I don't even believe that. I'm just,
my mind went there too. But if it's an oh my god, my sweet baby thing, once again, why under the Christmas tree? Why not put her on the couch so she's comfortable?
Or why move her at all and go tell authorities I found her?
Exactly. You would want every little thing figured out by the law, which John Ramsey is not.
Even so, if we're going to play Eli's thought experiment of a concerned dad being like, oh my God, my baby, and scooping her up in her arms, why put her on the hard floor when there's a nice soft couch for your precious baby to be comfortable on? Like underneath the tree seems like it was on purpose.
Yeah.
I think she was found like in the very back. I don't know if they called it a basement. Maybe it's not the basement, but she was found downstairs in a very back corner.
In like a room that's like connected to another room type thing in the boiler room.
Yeah,
like way back in the dark.
Basement-esque. I mean, I also thought she was found in the basement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, isn't every underground part of the house technically a basement?
I think so. Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
That's what I've always called it.
So yeah.
Okay, let's continue on. Maybe we'll see if he has another name for it here.
This is what appears to be a writing desk in a corner, and then there is a sort of combo table
that's
and
where she wrote
mirror.
the note at.
These are just basic blockouts to be suggestive of the shapes. The actual objects themselves are much more complex.
I mean, good place to write a note.
So there's also a fireplace in this room. Passing through here, we enter the solarium. So these walls, I believe, are brick. They could have been a formerly exterior wall that was then covered in a renovation. Outside, or moving on from the solarium, we enter the formal dining room. So this has a view out south. This is the south view. That is the Brumfit house. Next, we enter the, I guess, informal dining room or the breakfast room. There was a little China hutch type thing in the corner there.
Room? There's a term
this
for that?
is where the bowl
There's
with
the bowl.
pineapple.
What'd you say, Casey?
There's he said an informal dining room or the breakfast room.
Right.
Rich people have a term for that?
Yeah, they do.
God, I fucking hate rich people so much.
I'm with you on that.
I'm new here. Where is Boulder, Colorado?
Now, this
Is where she was from.
Chief's been around for a minute. I'm glad you're here taking part. He said he's been following this case since day one.
Where have I been? I've been here the whole time, I think.
94.
They mean where you been about the breakfast room is what she said.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know rich, fancy shit like that. I know I got on a cool hat, but I don't know nothing about a breakfast room.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because
look
I'm
at
a
it.
guy who chooses to stay in hotels in the hood because I think it's fun.
Is that
You think I know about a
freaking
breakfast
carpet
room?
in the kitchen?
Huh?
Carpet in the dining room?
That's what it looks like.
fancy.
Fancy smancy.
Oh,
That's somebody that
whoa.
really doesn't spill anything, because nobody wants carpet in a daggone dining room, breakfast room, nook,
Yeah, dude, and her
anywhere
favorite
where you dig
snack is
eat.
milk and pineapple on carpet, bro. God, rich people are disgusting.
So I really like his attention to detail, because he's telling you the breakfast room is where the pineapple and milk and teacup was. Now, when you look in the other video that they showed, it doesn't look like a table. It looks like a bar, like a breakfast type of bar. But I guess it was actually a glass table. It just didn't look like that in the other video that we watched. Y'all know which one I'm talking about, Eli? The other video we watched.
Oh yeah, it's kind of singed in my memory.
Yeah, it should have been. So that doesn't look the same as what we saw. But I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't doubt what he's doing, but it just, from what I remember, it didn't look the same.
And the glass with the tea bag were found. Next, we come into the Ramsey kitchen. So you can see here a Maglite type flashlight on the kitchen counter. I'm not sure about the exact placement of this object, but it's roughly the shape and size of a Maglite, and it's somewhere on their kitchen counter. I have seen a diagram that points to it being in this exact location, but I don't know what the basis of that claim is. So this is the door to the walk-in fridge. This is a range and a range hood.
That's diabolical.
Fridge.
That must be nice. Oh, look at the floor. Illuminati. There you have it.
Oh, confirmed.
That checker floor is a whole rabbit hole in itself.
I did too. Karen, I did too. I'm not really sure, but it looks.
Well, apparently, when you're rich, you can just call rooms in your house whatever you want. So maybe that was their kitchen.
Carpet in the bathroom. I just can't.
I'm way more upset about the fact that there's a breakfast room than I should be.
Damn, Ronnie. Matter of fact, you just gave me a flashback. Yeah, when I was a kid, I remember going to a couple of my friends' houses. They weren't particularly wealthy, but their dining room set was on carpet. It was bizarre.
That's just unsanitary, man.
Yeah, it was. Actually, they paid the price for it. Every single damn thing that we ever dropped is there to this day.
Yeah, I bet.
There a stovetop, and then what appear to be a couple of ovens, a microwave here. This is the phone, I believe, that would have been used by Patsy to make the 911 call. This is the cup and the Sharpie, I believe, used to write the ransom note and the location they were found. Just to spin back around.
Wait a minute. See
He
what he
really
just said?
slipped that shit in there, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So slick about it too.
What did I miss? I missed it.
Okay. Hold on.
Wait,
We'll go
that-
back. We'll go back so you can hear it.
That was so good. This
I
guy's
know
my
that was.
fucking hero.
Listen,
Oh my
Eli.
god.
Listen.
To be a couple of ovens, a microwave here. This is the phone, I believe, that would have been used by Patsy to make the 911 call. This is the cup and the Sharpie, I believe, used to write the ransom note.
Fucking G. Anyway, then we go over here, and this is the just fucking slipped it in there. So good.
Now, he could mean a couple of different things. He could mean the murderer chose
I think
to
he was
use
pretty.
their markers.
That was a pretty direct shot.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he
but
wasn't ambiguous. He
You
said,
gotta,
"Here's
you gotta,
the."
you gotta play the devil's advocate.
No, there's no. I mean, he said this is is probably the marker that Patsy used to write the ransom note.
Now he could have been the person that hurt JonBenet. This is the marker that they used, and they put it back.
Okay, but why would if you take
Let's
out
just
a
nickname
child?
the suspect Patsy. Oh, sorry.
But why would a suspect use a pen and then put it back? That I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, why are you
Who
gonna
does
leave the Sharpie back in
Yeah.
the safe? Gotta be
I
respectful of the
I had
fucking
to look
family.
it up.
I
It
just
was written with a felt tip pen matching a Sharpie. Because I was like, was it written with a Sharpie even? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm finding yet again my original position, feeling very flimsy.
Okay.
The more we go through the rabbit hole, so to speak.
Mhm.
Hey,
That was
Ronnie.
That was a good shot, though. Yeah, that was a good shot.
so slick, dude.
The location they were found. Just to spin back around, you can see a few sinks here, and then straight back out of the kitchen,
Yeah, 'cause
you
we
come
need, like,
to
6
the front door that we just came from. So again, back through the kitchen, we'll keep going a little further. To the left, we have an exterior door. These are 2 exterior doors in actuality, full glass pane and a 3/4 glass pane. I've just put one and used a 3/4 glass pane to simulate the amount of visibility that you would have. If you turn to your right, you have a table, a side table, I guess. I believe this is the location for the pad used to write the ransom note. I think there's a crime scene photo that shows it on top of a couple of our other books here. Here we have a hutch that had a couple of, I keep calling them hutches, I don't know what else to call them. It looked like there were plates in here. There were also some checks to or from John Ramsey and Jay Alowski, past to Jay. Next, we have the sink in the hall. There were other little wicker baskets, I think, around here that may have contained other financial, personally identifying information. Rug, mudroom, door to the garage, which itself has an exterior door. Okay, next we come to the spiral staircase. On the second step of the spiral staircase, I have placed a ransom note in accordance with an image that I've seen. I can't source it. I believe it's either from Candy Rose or JonBenet Case Encyclopedia. But that is roughly the size and shape of the ransom note as depicted, again, in that image. I am not...
Okay. Now, who writes a 2.5 page ransom note?
Right.
It was a very elaborate tale, that's for sure. And I wanted to zoom in on Ronnie's question. Did they take fingerprints of the Sharpie itself?
I don't know.
That would be a hell of a... I mean, knowing how much they botched and contaminated this entire very important crime scene, it would not shock me if they overlooked such a thing. That
This
and
they did do. They did
the-
compare the handwriting on the ransom
yes,
to Patsy's.
right. It has been found to be very similarly her handwriting, which is it's a bad look.
Mhm.
Yeah, by like 9 different experts.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
maybe not quite that many, but it was a lot. It was multiple, and they all agreed.
It's
Here's Shamrock. Hi.
Shamrock, darling. Well, thanks for joining.
Hey, Shamrock.
That's
What's up, Shamrock? Good to see you.
And I mean, who writes a 2.5-page ransom note? It's kind of like
Wild.
in the Nancy Guthrie case. I mean, look at
Bingo.
and you send them to TMZ.
Speaking of TMZ, those fucks. A bone to pick with TMZ right now.
Oh,
Sid Wilson did not get fired from Slipknot, you fucks. I had to go deep into my repertoire of contacts of people that I never fucking hit up on the deep internet to figure out that Sid Wilson didn't get fired from Slipknot. God damn it, TMZ. Fuck you. Anyway, back to what we were doing.
okay.
So TMZ lies. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
imagine
TMZ
that.
sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking into the fingerprint thing, and then I just heard TMZ, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a beef
No,
with
Karen.
you, fuckers."
Karen, they didn't send this one to TMZ. I'm just saying that, like, who writes a ransom note that long? Kind of like in the Nancy Guthrie case, they wrote several ransom notes, but they sent them all to TMZ.
It seems very, very performative and manic and like just not in their right mind.
Mhm.
And that could
Hi, Claudia.
apply to some nameless, faceless psychopath, or it could show the very manic state that the Patsy was in.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm finding, no identifiable or definitive fingerprints belonging to John or Patsy Ramsey were found on the ransom note, but I can't find anything about any Sharpie. It mentions a Sharpie in the house, but no anything about it.
Oh, I Googled it. It said it's written with a soft felt Sharpie marker, but also maybe there's not fingerprints, but the writing was matched to Patsy Ramsey.
Yeah.
So that would mean they wore gloves on while writing it. So Jody Sue Browned it.
Yeah. Hi,
She put-
Ozzy.
Probably put her dish gloves on while writing the ransom note.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Seafals, would you like this book?
Corey Taylor.
Seven
Fuck
Deadly
yeah.
Sins by Corey fucking Taylor. I love
Hell
this
yeah.
book, man. All right, it's yours.
That's what's up.
Casey, there's a message for you from Actions.
Actions, don't believe everything you read on the internet, buddy. You really gotta vet your sources, man.
I'm going to use the bathroom very quickly. BRB. And welcome to Claudia. You have graced us with your presence. I knew I left the red carpet out for a reason. Aussie true crime. We go so far back that I can't even see you. That's how far back we go. BRB. Yes, indeed. Do continue, though.
We'll wait till you get back to do the.
Do not wait. I am not important. The group is important.
Because you have to see the tour.
All right. Stall.
Okay. I always thought Patsy hit her head on the bathtub when she was cleaning her up, where she peed on herself and her head hit too hard, and Patsy panicked, and everything else happened.
I mean, it's possible, but then why all of the essay and the repeated strangulation?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Ronnie got her coffee mugs.
Oh, yeah. Make sure to
And-
send pictures, please, everybody, with your merch.
Oh, yeah, Ronnie, if you're, I don't know, I guess Instagram might be the easiest way. Yeah, figure out a way to send me some pictures of those.
He's going all Dracula on us.
I was gonna ask him why you went fucking. Dude, I can't think Ukrainian for that. Wow. Why could I not remember the name of Ukrainian? It's been a long day, guys.
Hey, I know it. I hear you. And to blow your mind even more, Casey, these are secondary steps. These aren't the important steps. These are just knockoff steps that come from upstairs.
Steps.
They
Fake steps. Not even real steps in your house.
That's right. They're not real. They just go from upstairs into the kitchen. So you don't have to take the other stairs you don't have to take the other stairs and actually walk to the kitchen.
I was being silly, but now I'm legitimately back to fuck you. You need stairs from your kitchen so that your private chef can go down in the basement and get more sugar without being able to walk through the rest of your house because God forbid you see a peasant in your home. God damn it, I hate rich people.
And you hate to have to walk down the main steps and then walk all the way across the house and into the kitchen. So you have steps that come from upstairs. It takes you right to the kitchen and cuts that off. Yeah, it's a bypass, man. It's a bypass.
I feel like it was just so the pour didn't
Second
spread through
floor to the kitchen.
house.
Yeah. Second floor to the kitchen.
The pour has to stay in the kitchen. We'll give you access to the basement.
Right.
It's literally what that seems like to me. I don't want pour in my house.
Mm-hmm. You take
Even though I'm going to hire the pour to clean my house.
Yeah. Not real steps, not real dining rooms was strange. No wonder he hates rich people.
Yeah. They're confusing and not real and doesn't make any sense.
That's right.
If I said I'm going to kick you down the stairs in my house, it's going to fuck you up because you're going to fall downstairs in my house. If I do that at JonBenet's Ramsey's house, do you just like teleport into another room? I don't know. And it scares me.
We are going to see the basement steps though. Mm-hmm. We should. He should do a tour of that. My apologies. I'm late to the party, but who does everyone think did it? I think John Ramsey did it. Or someone that is friends with him.
Yeah. I think he's involved, and so are others.
Family or family affiliation is what I have actually, as of this live stream, I have to finish that documentary that I've already quoted ad nauseum because I only kind of caught up on it because, hearing it from the source itself, sometimes it's important, but we went over the fact that the experts have matched that it's pretty much damn near in the 90 percentile of her handwriting. So that just spells family involvement to me.
Yeah, I always felt, obviously the child beauty pageant world is fucking creepy. So it's either a customer from the child pageant world and things got out of hand, or dad knew that she was about to be old enough that she could start talking to other adults and might say something. And we can't have that because I'm rich.
Yeah.
And Ronnie, there is a pretty fresh documentary. It's well done. I think it makes its best case to absolve. What's the father's name? John?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But all that aside, there's a great deal of knowledge, information, and all opinions are presented. It's on Netflix. If you have it, go ahead and look it up.
Yeah. Didn't they recently? There was some DNA that was discovered. I don't know if they knows who it is. But the thing about the DNA for me is they're like it was not. What was it? unknown DNA. But if you've never had your DNA taken for anything, like say John Ramsey's never had his DNA taken for anything,
There's
it
nothing
wouldn't
to
show
match
up.
to.
Right.
Yeah, not in the system. Nothing to
Yeah.
match to.
Right. That doesn't mean it wasn't his. Mm-hmm. Right. So, yeah.
Or if there was unidentifiable DNA, I would certainly hope, regardless of him being absolved, that they would still test it to eliminate him. And I don't know. I think they may have just done that because they really have all the, powers that be have exonerated him of this.
Well, that's because of who his friends were and what they were all also doing. You think the mayor of the town wasn't in on his weird little ring thing? Like, unfortunately, when you get to that level of power and influence, it goes beyond clearing someone to exonerate them, and it goes into, okay, basically, how do we do PR crisis mode and make it to where none of these rich, powerful people have to be arrested? Because if one goes down, we all go down. I mean, look at what they're doing with the Epstein files. They're afraid to charge anybody because as soon as one goes down, they all have to go down.
I thought I did a reading on her, but I was trying to remember if I'd done, because sometimes I will do readings and not put them out because of
you do.
because of several reasons that I do.
The
But
chair's annoying.
I can't remember if I did one. It seems like I did one on her, but I didn't share it. So I probably should do one on JonBenet.
That would be good.
Because it seems like I was going to, and then I didn't, or I did, and I just kept it and didn't put it out there. Because I've done several that I haven't put out there, and I just have them. For whatever reason, I chose. Like I didn't do one. The one I did on the Watts, I didn't put out there.
There's a couple of comments. Eve, the magical MVP that is Eve, was able to drop sound advices. Link in the
Good. I
chat.
couldn't
Thank
find
you.
it.
Running Grey Wolf, that is one of the hugest factors that has me still sitting up here on the panel saying, I just, I can't find myself going all in on it was the dad. So, yeah, John did not kill his daughter. If it had been him, the DNA would have had a 50% match because biological father.
Mm-hmm.
So that could absolutely exonerate him from doing the deed itself. I did pull up the most recent stuff. So like just within the past 2 years, new evidence, tested, retested existing evidence using advances in DNA technology. But other than that, we're just getting a bunch of fucking continue consulting outside DNA experts, blah, 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 blah. The environment top priority, yeah, all that crap.
All that crap. All
All
right.
that crap.
It's basically they're just they're spit shining the statement by saying yes, all the top experts with all the greatest new advances in technology and the forensics and the genetics we've now added to the case while providing nothing fucking new.
Yeah. I think, Ronnie, what I'm going to do is the reason I didn't do the Watts case, to be honest, reading on that is because of Bella and Cece and Nico. I had a hard time not with that, so I didn't do that. Now I kind of feel like I'm more comfortable in a place where I kind of feel like it would be okay to do that.
Heck yeah.
As in respect to Shanann and the girls and Nico. So I'm going to do that. And so I can put JonBenet in there too and do hers also.
Is that true, Grey Wolf? Grey Wolf saying
yes, it is. It
okay.
is. And in the recent documentary, he is still pleading for everything that has been made available to please, and he's offered all, third party, everything, everyone to help find who was responsible. So yes, yeah, that specific comment too is true.
And my feelings for that is because he knows the person that done it is no longer on the earth.
Whoa, right. That makes me think he knows he's not going to pop for that DNA.
Bingo.
I still feel like he knows who did it, and I still feel like he may have even been the one who actually ended her. But if he's so cocky about fucking test that DNA again, what do
Yeah.
you know, sir? What do you expect the results of that to be?
Mm-hmm. Because it's been 30 years. So the odds of that person being alive is probably slim to none. Because look how old he is.
Yeah, he's old. I
So-
mean, I'll give him an A
Getting
plus for
up there.
the consistency of his demanding, more as much as can be given. But I know there's a popular and understandable consensus that he is involved. The thing that fucks me up the most is the identifiable percentage of Patsy and her writing, which I'm gonna do a search on. Like I'm fluctuating here.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I don't believe in the conspiracy of cops being involved, but if they were, they could have hid the fact that there was a match. True, 100%. Yep, they could have helped. Not involved like you're saying, like hands on, but involved in covering up. Sure.
Oh yeah, I'm 1,000% sure that when the cops got to that house, John walked up to whoever was in charge and slipped him a couple bills and said, "Hey man, just
Yeah.
be cool."
Well, definitely
why-
not the lead investigator lady, because she's the one that is implied it was actually them.
She seems like she would have taken his money and been like, yeah, and then turned around and went to the
Yeah.
news and been like, that guy
Yeah.
definitely did that shit.
Yeah. And why didn't he push so hard? Right. That's what I'm saying. Why didn't he push hard for it? Why didn't he push as hard then as he is now?
To be fair, back then DNA was not as good or prevalent as
Right.
it is now, but still a fair point. Why wasn't he freaking out that hard back then?
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like they worked as hard as he is now.
They went on vacation like days. Was it a week after this happened?
Yeah, it wasn't long. And you know who else went on vacation after somebody went missing?
Fucking every mother that's killed their daughter ever.
Sebastian Rogers' step grandparents.
And Casey Anthony and God damn it, what's the other one? Why can't I think of that bitch's name? You know what? Good. You don't deserve any clout. You killed your baby. Fuck you.
There you
But
go.
and there's another one who did that and then went to, it was like either Tijuana or Hawaii or.
Oh,
went
you're
on-
talking about Lori Vallow.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I think this was already known. John Ramsey was eliminated as the author of the ransom
Yeah.
note,
Yeah.
but Patsy could not be eliminated. Some
Right.
examiners noted indications that she could have written it, citing similarities, so on and so forth, characteristics. Other experts, including some hired by the Ramsey family, disagreed. Oh, shocking! Or found the
Yeah,
results
weird.
inconclusive. No examiner publicly declared a definitive match. Disguise of handwriting, blah, 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 was considered a possibility. Fingerprint examination, latent fingerprint testing was conducted. Results were always fucking inconclusive. By God, no clear fingerprints. Yeah, this was back in the day. And I'm just perusing. Overall, the note was extensively tested, blah, 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 blah. John was cleared, no DNA, no DNA, blah, blah. Okay.
But you know what else is? Wasn't there a weird thing in the note about a weird amount of money?
$118,000
Yeah.
demand.
Yeah, isn't that odd? That's an odd
It-
amount.
It
It
is.
does. Yeah, I feel like I'd go like 100 grand, 150, 200, like 118. What the fuck? Why?
And then they were saying something about John owed that specific amount for some reason, or
That I believe. I could
some,
believe he was 118 in debt.
yeah. So I don't really understand. It was weird. I thought that was really weird. So the amount of just like in the Guthrie case,
Oh yeah.
that is a whole crap show with the amount of money and the notes and stuff. So
I wonder if that's a red herring sometimes. Like if we're dealing with somebody that's trying to be strategic,
mhm.
you add obfuscation by asking for such a strange amount.
JonBenet or Nancy Guthrie?
Oh no, all the above. If it's like an odd amount, like say a random $118,000, that like I would say somebody that thought this out is intentionally making a red herring, somewhere else to look and chase and ponder about, to confuse the investigators, to wonder why this. It's that would be the intention. That hence the term red herring.
I do feel like most of the time ransom notes are a red herring.
Yeah.
I just don't know, like, in this case, whoever wrote this note, we have to assume knew that JonBenet was already dead. So, like, what you're not going to get your $118,000. I don't know why you would even do. In the Nancy Guthrie case, as far as we're aware, she was taken from that home alive. So it makes a little more sense to have a ransom note for that. This one, like, a little girl was killed and left in a basement, and suddenly someone's like, give me $100,000. Like, no, guy who killed my daughter.
And you know what else aggravates me about this and is weird is she writes, we're going to say Patsy writes it because they can't eliminate her from it. So say she wrote that. You know where your daughter's at. You know she's going to be found eventually because she's in your home. So why did you write a ransom note?
You know what? That is a good point, though, that if the police come in and they see a ransom note, they might be more likely to go, oh shit, she's not here. We got to go hit the streets and find her, and leave the home, thus giving either the family or a suspect or the fucking boogeyman, for all we know, several more hours of the cops being out of the house, which it seems like they didn't even, like, they're fucking around for a while anyway before they started investigating.
Right. Why would you write a ransom note? Why would you just say they didn't do it at all? Somebody else snuck in and did it because they forgot to turn on their security system. So if the person done that to JonBenet and they don't know who did it, why would they write a ransom note and leave the child downstairs in the basement?
Yeah, no, not a lick of this. I mean, that's one of the polarizing reasons this has been such a case in the spotlight. That exact fact you outlined. What's the fucking purpose of this crazy ransom note that says a bunch of crazy shit? I'm looking at it right now, and the body is right there in the fucking home, in the same home as the ransom note. It doesn't make any damn sense.
I mean, are you hoping they'll run and pay you the $118,000 before you search your house? I mean, because as somebody whose child would be missing, the first thing I'm going to do is search my whole house. I'm not even going to entertain that note.
This is also before fucking Cash App, so it's not. I can see in 2026, if this exact scenario happened, maybe they leave a Cash App and the first thing John does is go, okay, I sent you your ransom money, where's my daughter? But this is before that even existed. So
Oh,
it would have
yeah.
taken them like a day or two to even get the ransom money together and figure out where to physically mail it, because it was the 90s. Like,
Mhm.
it doesn't make any sense. Like you were saying, if they're going to focus on getting your ransom money together, the guy who wrote the note is assuming they're just not going to look around their house for like 2 or 3 days until they
Yeah.
pay off the ransom.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes no logistical sense. You got to be dealing with a full-on fucking, someone that not all the gears are turning. Have
Or
you guys
somebody-
how familiar are you guys with the contents of the ransom note, by the way?
It's been a while since I heard all of it, but I remember it just being like a lot of crap in it. I remember it just being like entirely too long. Ransom notes are never that long.
Yeah, 2.5 pages. The bottom, to me, is very interesting on how it is directly pressuring John. You and your family are under constant scrutiny, as well as the authorities. Don't try to grow a brain, John. You are not the only fat cat around, so don't think that killing will be difficult. Don't underestimate us, John. Use that good Southern common sense of yours. It is up to you now, John. Like, okay.
Well, in the chat, somebody, I'm sorry, I'm not sure who said it, but somebody brought up the point that
You
the
got me.
118 was the exact amount that John had gotten for a Christmas bonus.
Yeah.
So to have the note be like, "Oh, you're not the only fat cat around, John," da da da, would make it believable that maybe this is a coworker or somebody that works with him that's mad at John for being rich or whatever.
But who would know he got that? Is he
Yeah,
going around telling everybody how much his bonus was?
I mean, well, given the fact that they like to let everybody know how
Yeah.
good they were doing, maybe.
Yeah.
To me, it's conclusive that it is someone in the circle.
Yeah.
Be it the family or just family, friends, even coworkers.
Or the
Yeah.
ransom note writer knew how much John was in debt, kind of like to let John know who it was to scare him about something coming out. I may just watch too much Netflix. No, that could be it too, Ronnie. I mean, it could have been kind of like a
That would make sense, but I would think, again, this is fucking horrible, but if you're thinking about this with a criminal mindset, if JonBenet was some sort of collateral for John's debt, I would think she would be worth more to you alive.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
typically.
Anyone at John's work would have been aware of the bonus. They're listed in corporate emails of the company. That's true. They probably could have. Does sound like a pissed off coworker. Actually, it does, doesn't it? And kept saying John. Kept writing John. Okay, so we kind of figured 4 Johns ago the letter was going.
But just in case you forgot, I'm talking to John.
Right. Yeah.
Here, I skipped a very large portion. The 2 gentlemen watching over your daughter do not particularly like you, so I advise you not to provoke them. And then it just goes on to threats. Of course, threats are, so if we catch you talking to a stray dog, she dies. She's already dead, though.
Mhm. The documentary Sham, I think, is on Netflix.
Netflix. It was just a couple of years ago. Very, very compelling. It's a great one. It is one of the great documentaries about this. I wish I could remember that there was another one where they also do similar to this channel that we've been featuring, a blueprint diagram, and then they do their own kind of computerized and model version of the house.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, I was gonna. I had something and then I lost it.
Sanity, yeah, been there.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The calling him out by name, John, 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 throughout the whole letter. If I am trying to cover my own tracks with a ransom note, if I convince the cops or whoever's going to find it that the people who wrote the ransom note are talking to John, 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 then they're going to think, oh man, this guy's a victim. This poor John guy is obviously the victim here and couldn't have possibly had anything to do with it.
Okay.
So it's also a little convenient that it's like specifically being like, you, John, you're the victim here.
Yeah, it can be looked at as like a reverse psychology attempt for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the more tactical attempt. Just by God, I don't even know what I think about Patsy anymore. You know, I don't know. It is an open case fucking mystery, and it's gonna remain so no matter how much I speculate.
I don't trust any mother who lets her daughter do child's beauty pageants. Sorry, lady, you're fucking creepy.
Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. As much as there is a whole culture and wealth of that out there, it's just not my bag. I do not like the culture. I think it is a conclave of predators to go there under the guise of fucking community or, oh, yeah, I'm really into this sport. You
what
can't.
Sport? Making children look attractive? What?
I am. This is me kind of satirizing how a creep who just some random fucking dude that's 300 pounds sitting there among all the women, and he's just like, oh yeah, you know. So what brings you here, guy? Oh, I love the sport, man. You know, I'm betting on number 2, right? I can't even imagine how someone would even conversate.
Do you want to come into this alley and meet my friend Chippy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
And I can almost see maybe if Patsy was upset with John about the things that were going on that we think are going on with SA and stuff like that. If she was upset with him about that, that could have been her voice, how she felt about it. Because she keeps saying John, and it's kind of like I could see her talking to him like, saying it's all your fault, not mine.
Well, something that, and remember, I think I've been clear that I don't believe, John did this. That does not rule out associates and whatnot. And there's the possibility that it would be quite a feat to pull off, that Patsy orchestrated this on her own. Hypothetically, if that were the case, she could have seen to it that the alarm was turned off and all this without his knowing. Maybe. I don't know. But that being said, he really, really, again, take my word for it or go watch the documentary yourself, pours his heart out about how much, Nancy or Patsy suffered after this tragedy. I know that that could be PR in some perception, and how it helped the cancer just get worse and like it killed her. But one could also argue it was all the public scrutiny too. I mean, all of it.
Yeah. Let's continue our tour.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Not sure which direction it was facing, if it was page 1 here, page 2, page 3, or if it was page 1 here, 2, 3, and facing for someone coming down the stairs. I don't have any information on that exactly.
Riddle Dread, welcome back, beautiful.
So, right turn from the spiral staircase leads you into the butler pantry.
There you go.
The butler pantry door was described as being slightly open. This area had some, I think, recessed pot lights down here, and then there's a sink, and this is possibly a dishwasher, possibly a bar fridge, a little combo unit. Then we have probably one of the most unusual areas of the house. You come up a small number of steps, and then immediately to your left there is a powder room, a bathroom, and then to your right, this takes you to that front hall where the front door is over here, the kitchen is right here, and this is the door to the basement. The door to the basement opens. The door to the basement opens this way. So that essentially, if you were coming from the butler's entry, you would not be able to enter the basement from this direction without first passing a closed door or closing the door and then entering the basement.
Weird.
Before we get to the basement, let's see, anything else on this floor? This is a den, another sort of living room area. I have some floor plans that describe this as John's study. I have others that put John's study upstairs. And still others say that that area upstairs is a dressing room and not a study.
That guy wasn't
so
studying
we'll go upstairs
shit.
first. We'll go up the spiral
Say
stairs.
again.
That guy wasn't studying shit. Once again, I hate rich people. Oh, it's my study. The fuck are you studying, asshole? You ain't studying anything.
You studying something that we probably don't want to know.
Oh, ew.
Sorry for the brief interruption. For those of you that are in my chat, I did make a poll. If it's accessible to you in Barnes & Noble Crime Times chat, which is where I prefer you go, and please make sure that you do subscribe if you've paid a visit. Go ahead and take a little vote, because I am intrigued. I am interested to see what you all think.
Very good.
Yeah, that's only in your chat. I have Tammy's chat pulled up, and it's not over here.
All right, unfortunate, but
So it's going to be very biased to Progressive Patriot fans' opinions.
well, I don't necessarily believe that, but you know, if you want to ride that way, I ain't gonna hate.
Did you calibrate the elevation of the retainment walls on your pole?
Oh, yes, the elevation of the pole is right above the retainment of the elevator I placed beneath the placeholder trees.
Mm-hmm.
Some happy
The trees.
Happy trees. Oh, feel free. You don't have to wait on me for
Twisting
anything.
around into the laundry area. So there is a sink over here. There was an ironing board displayed here in the crime scene footage. There's a combo washer dryer behind a little closet door there. A window facing the Gibbons house. And next we have, we'll go into John Andrews' room first. This is John Andrews' room, or Patsy's chemo recovery room. This is representative of the bed and the rough
chemo recovery room. So I guess instead of just being in her own bedroom after chemo, they fucking put her in some other side room.
And
Shut up, Patsy, go in the side room.
I didn't think that she even had cancer till after JonBenet died. Like I thought she was diagnosed like a couple of years later. So she had cancer when JonBenet passed away.
I mean, according to this,
She was in remission before everything went as terrible as it did, and then after the limelight and the public, you know, that's where JonBenet goes on to blame the scrutiny, the media, the people, and all that on making her cancer worse, which is ultimately what killed her. The cancer, not the scrutiny.
I mean, there's no doubt that if, like, stress exaggerates chronic illnesses like that, terminal, that's the word I'm looking for. Stress exaggerates terminal illnesses like that, but
yeah,
I don't know if you can, like, you people being rude to my wife killed her. Like, okay, yeah. Or it was the fucking cancer, my guy. Sounds like you're.
Well, I mean, I don't. I know you understand. It's what he is going on to elaborate in very simple terms is once the stress of the condemnation and like they couldn't go anywhere without being looked at and branded murderers. She did progressively get worse. She was in remission. She was getting better. And then she just it started to immediately just get horribly ill.
Oh, I have no doubt about that. But does that not I understand that losing a daughter, especially like that, has to be absolutely fucking horrific.
Mhm.
But does that not sound like maybe some guilt fucking eating her from the inside, where every single day she just can't, and I don't mean get over it, like, oh, just fucking get over it, whatever, but like she can't bring herself to move forward from that?
Yeah. I feel like she had some. I don't feel like Patsy had anything to do with it. I'm just going to say I don't feel that. I do feel she
Other
knew.
than being culpable, other than being
Right.
involved, she knew something.
Right. She knew. Yes, I do believe that.
Okay, wait. Sorry, I just want to ascertain exactly where you stand here. So, you've gone on alleged record thus far. You
Mhm.
believe John is the most responsible party,
He's responsible. He may not have done it, but he knows who done it. And he allowed it to happen.
and in that same note, you find Patsy to be somewhat connected to some extent as him, equally, lesser, or more.
Well, I feel she's guilty of allowing. I don't know if allows
Right.
is a good word, but I feel she's guilty of turning her head. Maybe that's it.
Right. I feel like this is a shut the fuck up, Patsy. Do you want that to be you?
I'm
You
gonna
know what I
agree with
mean?
you,
And she
Karen.
just allowed horrible things to happen to her daughter, maybe because she was being threatened or whatever, but I think she knew something bad was going on and just like it probably wasn't allowed to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the juxtaposition. See, this is why I love you guys in chat. These two comments, one on top of the other. So Karen chiming in with, she would have guilt regardless. You don't move forward from a child's death ever. And then Shamrock, with covering for him, like that could also have been a stressor.
Yeah.
So
This is what Shamrock said about the voting, Eli.
I don't
I voted no.
necessarily mean move forward or move on. I guess a better way to say that would have been like, instead of coming to terms with the fact that that's something that happened, it's like she was fighting the fact that it happened for the rest of her life. Like she never accepted that it was real.
Yeah.
That's almost damn verbatim of what John has consistently said, and throughout their
But if
life
you didn't
together.
if it was some freak accident, I'm not saying it's ever going to get any easier, but if it was some freak 1 in a million chance, some random guy did this thing, I would think at a certain point you would have to kind of let yourself, like if you legitimately had nothing to do with this, I would think you would have to kind of let yourself have that grace of, this was completely out of my hands. I couldn't have stopped it if I wanted to. Patsy seems like there's a part of her that goes, fuck, I could have done something that day.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just gonna. I don't think I can art. I can't put together very well what the mindset of a grieving parent would feel like. So that much, I personally don't feel comfortable to speculate how one could come to terms or get over any of that. That being said, I think what you say at the end is the most ideal, to try to find that grace. It is something that happened that you had no control over, but I also understand on the flip side, never ever getting over that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it doesn't compare to losing a child, I'm sure. I'm not even trying to compare the two. But this is coming from a guy who's lost a lot of friends and spent a lot of time feeling really, really fucking guilty about the people I couldn't have saved. And at a certain point, for my own sanity, I've had to realize that a couple of them that was going to happen, whether I did anything or not. And like, I'm sure that's a million times harder when you're speaking in the context of your daughter. But at the same time, I would think eventually you have to reach that same conclusion.
Yeah. And it wasn't too long after JonBenet this happened, they moved. Like, I don't know. I can say it because I haven't been there. I don't know if staying there would be harder or easier. You know what I mean?
I
Because they
feel like it
moved.
would be harder
Yeah.
on Patsy for sure.
Yeah.
I do genuinely believe that she was tore up about losing a daughter. I just also think she knows more than she lets on.
Mhm. Yeah. I agree. I think they know.
I'm asking the grand AI Papa as like who remains to be the most likely suspect that has not been arrested. I'm curious if it would even give such a theory, given that the legal ramifications. So I'm just giving it a little test, see if I can make it cross a line here, so I can have it sued.
Who the fuck? Sue AI?
Damn right, man. We got to win this war somehow. You seen Terminator 2?
Yeah, you join the robots and then you help kill humanity, and then it actually kind of solves two problems at once.
Yeah.
We
If
get rid of
I
all the humans who suck, and we
if
get
I
robots.
Yeah.
if I sue Skynet out of every penny, then I get to make the robots. Okay, so the main
On that
here's
note,
yeah.
I
go
know
ahead.
where the Tesla location is in LA now. So,
Oh, dude, my buddy Brock. You may have seen him a couple times.
shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he works for.
And yeah, I drove by the Tesla place the other day. I was like, "Ha, there's Tesla." I completely forgot about Brock.
He wants to leave that amazing job to go be a cop at the age of 41.
What? He wants to leave working for Tesla? I can't imagine why.
Mm.
I mean, he glazes Elon Musk and everything about it. He loves it, but he's wanted to be a cop since he was a kid. He had some kind of lipo-esque surgery done. He was on Good Morning Australia because of this, because that motherfucker lost like 600 pounds.
Why Australia?
I don't. That's a great question because
He's not Australian.
Yeah, no, I guess Oh, he did. He made an Instagram post and it went viral. So I guess Good Morning Australia didn't have much to talk about that day, so they fucking
Yeah,
had him up.
apparently fucking not.
They had him talk on the morning about his journey. But dude, he's failed. I love you, Brock. He's failed.
Yeah, like I'm not talking shit. Just that's
No,
so
not at all.
random.
No, I'm not either. Here's
Yeah.
where I'm clarifying. He has failed the physical every time. He's 41 going on 42. He's going to leave this amazing job behind to try again. Like, damn, dude, just be grateful for what you got. I would unalive for it.
I mean, I respect the ambition, but yeah, man, 41's getting up there to be a
That's
cop.
what I'm saying, man. All right, so here's I did want to, like I told you, I tried to get AI to cross the line a little bit. Tammy, thank you for being patient with me. So check it out. Official position. Boulder Police states that no, I don't want this. The investigation focused heavily on the unidentified male DNA recovered from JonBenet's clothing, including her underwear and under her fingernails. So we do have male DNA. Okay, that was not identified, and if it was the John, that would have been matched, obviously. This profile does not match the Ramsey's family member and has never matched anyone in the national DNA database, so they have no record. Main theory still discussed. I'm just gonna there's only two. Unknown intruder. Let me just get to its consensus. John Ramsey and many independent investigators strongly favor this theory and continue to push for more advanced genetic. And the second, it's only two. Family involvement. The theory pushed early by Boulder police. A 99 grand jury voted to indict John and Patsy on charges of child abuse resulting in her death and being accessories. As we know by now, the district attorney declined to sign the indictment due to insufficient evidence. Burke Ramsey, then 9 years old, has also been the subject of speculation, which we discussed in our last coverage of this in some media and books, but has never been charged and was not considered a suspect by the police or DA at the time. The family has consistently denied involvement.
Mhm.
The thing with Burke is, even if he was pissed off at JonBenet because she was the golden child and he was this jealous brother and whatever, he was really young. I don't see somebody
9,
that
man.
young. Exactly. I don't see a 9-year-old doing the repeated strangulation and revive and strangle and revive.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes.
I don't
Same
see a
here.
9-year-old doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I see
I
a fucking creepy adult doing that.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know who I debated, but somebody was trying to persuade me that sure he could.
I
9
mean,
years
he
old.
could, but I don't think he would.
If he was
That's
a complete
that's like future serial killer
yes,
shit.
he'd have to be a complete psychopath, like the worst version of Dexter possible
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the brother was a child at the time. Yeah, I don't think he did all the terrible things that was done. And you know what? I think we've debunked that by acknowledging the unidentified male DNA under her fingernails and on her underwear. 9-year-old ain't gonna do that shit.
The
Yeah.
only caveat, I guess, to this unknown male DNA is all that means is there's unknown DNA on her fingers and in her underwear, which is very gross. But that doesn't mean that maybe this unknown man did some things and then brought JonBenet back, and then John is the one that actually offed her. Like the person that SA'd her and the person that offed her aren't necessarily the same. Like they don't have to be the same person.
Right.
Yeah, I accept that. It could have been something orchestrated. The one thing that just fucks me up entirely about all the narratives, as much as I believe the Ramseys have pretty much been exonerated, at least in the eyes of the law, is the fucking ransom note. That's the one piece of the puzzle.
Well, because if they say it's very close to Patsy's handwriting, like they could not clear her from writing that note. She was like 9 experts said it could have been her.
Well, that was a number that was just kind of thrown.
Yeah.
But more like some of the best in the business.
Yeah.
And I don't know how seriously we're gonna take the ones. Like, there's gonna be bias when you hear the family ordered third parties and they found that it wasn't Patsy. You're like, yeah, of course, right? But
Yeah.
Regardless, the experts said that there was some similarities and indications, but overall they couldn't fully condemn her.
Right.
So
if
I don't know.
she would only be writing that to cover for one person.
Potentially.
Who would she care about covering for if that was to cover for somebody? Because JonBenet was in the basement. She was not kidnapped. So you're not going to get a ransom note. You're not going to get the money. So why write the ransom note? But
I mean, she could have been covering for some kind of, like, if there is some higher level Epstein character involved in all of this that was maybe the one doing the essaying, maybe when everything went down, this super wealthy, alleged Epstein, wow, I'm making up words now. These super wealthy Epstein type people threatened the Ramseys themselves to be like, by the way, if it ever gets out that I was involved in this, fucking I'll kill you too, or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, the most likely answer is, yeah, she was trying to protect her husband.
Yeah.
It is a bit serendipitous regarding that strange connection that the same lawyer that is tending to Ghislaine Maxwell's civil cases just is also the one that defended the Ramseys, but it doesn't definitively mean anything. But
it doesn't have to be Epstein specifically either. I just mean if there's some super wealthy, super influential, high level Epstein-esque character, that person would have the type of power and influence to be like, and by the way, don't let the cops find out about this.
It is so disturbingly confusing, especially like just a random recommendation for those of you fellow nocturnal creatures out there. Feel free, go to Google or any social media platform with AI, or just look up that ransom letter. I promise, reading it, you will be confused, disturbed, all the above. It's crazy. It is like somebody took crazy pills and it all came out from that felt tip pen.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The thing that gets me is how would a stranger have been confident enough to take so long in her own house with her family, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It has to be somebody that knows them and knows the layout of the house and knows where everything's at and knows how much time they would have. Or they're in the house and they're not being bothered because they know that they're in the house, or he knows that they're in the house. That's why he didn't.
Or it's a rambly,
security.
jumbled mess of shit because it was somebody frantically trying to put together a ransom note.
Yeah, I mean,
either.
yeah, again, the fucking the letter, the ransom letter being in the same house as the body is so confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm not intelligent enough to add valuable, substantial speculation that would help it make any more sense than it already doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm thinking about this from, if I'm putting myself in a situation where my husband comes upstairs and he's like, "Oh my God, I just killed our daughter. You got to do something. Go write a ransom note." I'm not going to have a lot of time to think out a ransom note and have it make sense. It's going to be long and rambly, and I'm going to be just like writing half-finished ideas just to try to get it out there. Like, the ransom note is very weird, and it does feel like it was written under duress, which is exactly what Patsy would have been feeling at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they know she wouldn't kick or scream? Well, we had talked earlier about them giving her something in the pineapple that was in her system, because there was a piece of pineapple in her system that wasn't pineapple from a can. It was an actual cut up pineapple.
That's also why I feel like it had to have been an adult, more than likely an adult man, who could have just held her down and she wouldn't have been able to kick or scream.
Mm-hmm.
Here, do anybody object? I already read like the bottom. Do you want me to read some of the craziness in this letter?
Yeah.
Okay, check it out. And it's strictly to Mr. Ramsey. That's it. Listen carefully with an exclamation point. We are a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction. We do respect your business, but not the country that it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. She is safe and unharmed, and if you want to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. You will withdraw $118,000 from your account. $100,000 will be in $100 bills, and the remaining $18,000 in $20 bills. Make sure that you bring an adequate size attaché to the bank. When you get home, you will put the money in a brown paper bag. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow to instruct you on delivery. Delivery will be exhausting, so I advise you to be rested. If we monitor you getting the money early, we might call you early to arrange an earlier delivery of the money, and hence earlier delivery pickup of your daughter. Any deviation of my instructions, and this is in closing here, will result in the immediate execution of your daughter. Repeating, your daughter. You will also be denied her remains for proper burial. The two gentlemen watching, and I already read that shit. And if you provoke them, speaking to anyone about your situation, so police, FBI, will result in your daughter being beheaded. If we catch you talking to a stray dog, she dies. If you alert bank authorities, same thing. If the money is in any way marked or tampered with, you already know. You will be scanned for electric devices, and if any are found, you can try to deceive us, but be warned that we are familiar with law enforcement countermeasures and tactics. You stand a 99% chance of killing your daughter if you try to outsmart us. Follow our instructions, and you stand 100% chance of getting her back. And then the rest is all the don't grow a brain, John.
Except I've already outsmarted you because my daughter is in the house. She's not with two dudes who apparently respect Lockheed Martin but hate America, is what that said.
Yeah.
At the very bottom, this is how it's signed. Victory! Exclamation point. And then there's a, to me, unidentified acronym SBTC.
I don't know what that is, but I do know right around this time period, you know, it was a real big thing in the mainstream news. Terrorism in the Middle East.
Yeah.
So it does stand to reason that if you were going to try to blame the boogeyman, at the time JonBenet went missing, the boogeyman was Middle Eastern terrorists.
Yeah, this was on the off the hinges of Desert Storm Aftermath, and yeah.
I don't know what time he went to the bank, to be honest. She was found at 1 in that afternoon. But I don't know when
he go get money.
I don't know if he actually went and got money or not.
Let me find that out. If he did, I also want to know what time. I'm just, and wasn't it strange? Like if you go earlier, well, contact you. Like the vibe was all over the place.
Well, that too.
Like,
if you're in the middle of writing a ransom note and you're like, okay, and then you got to go here to get the money for your daughter, and then wait, what if they do it earlier? And if you do it early, like it's just a weird random side thought they had while they were writing it.
Yeah, but you got an option of getting her earlier if you go get the money earlier.
Your first draft of the ransom note. You didn't go back and proofread. You didn't add punctuation.
No, there were multiple misspellings as well.
Go back to high school English class before you write me a ransom note.
Yeah.
So here's what actually happened. First off, he never personally went to the bank, but the ransom note instructed him to withdraw money and wait for a phone call between 8 and 10. After Patsy called 911 at approximately 5:52 a.m., John immediately began making arrangements to obtain the cash. He contacted his financial advisor, broker, very early. Reports indicate before roughly 6:15 in the morning in some accounts to start the process of accessing funds from his account. A family friend, John Fernie, later picked up the cash from a local bank that same morning so it would be ready if the kidnappers called. No call came from the purported kidnappers. Detective Linda Arnett, that's the name, arrived around 8 a.m. specifically to wait for the expected contact, but none occurred. Around 1 p.m., John discovered JonBenet. So he did follow the instructions damn near. He went through every process. He got the funds, but that was that. Arrangements for the money were started almost immediately after the call, very early, and the cash was obtained. JonBenet himself did not leave the house to collect it. The money was never used because the body was found. That's it.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It is crazy. Okay, we are going to continue here.
Or bed skirt. Next up, we have JonBenet's room. So a lot of JonBenet's stuff was hand painted, it looked like, a lot of custom stuff. So again, a lot of these things are simple blockouts to represent the position, the size, the scale of some of these things. This was a white dresser. She had, I think, a painted bedside table, and then the mirror may have been on the wall. This is a large dollhouse. This is a triangular cabinet that was filled with trophies and tiaras and stuff. Might have been a combo TV VCR. I'd have to look again. I think I put it in there just because there were stacks of VHS tapes on either side. This is her Christmas tree. This is the bed that she was sleeping in. This is the other bed. This is the approximate location of the Santa bear. This is the door leading to her balcony. This is a view from JonBenet's balcony. Let's see, you'd be looking south, west here. So you can see.
I think Burke's is on the other side. He has a balcony too.
Fucking rich people.
By the way, out of the just little, how do I say? Out of the lovely people that are in the chat that have voted, 60% do believe the family was involved. I can't see for whatever reason, I can't see the percentage of the no, but I do maths. So 60-40, I'm guessing, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Yeah.
Fuck you. You already made me figure out how long 60 months is. So I'm not doing the math on how many people voted in your shit.
I mean, I have an idea, but I don't even want to.
Oh, yeah. Eli wasn't there for that, was he?
Echo.
Someone was a member for 60 months, and
That would be me.
Yeah, and you put it in the chat, right?
Yeah, I put a note in there. I said, can you believe it's been 5 years?
Yeah, Tammy put a note in the chat that was like, wow, I've been a member for 5 years. My dumbass wasn't looking at the chat, and I was sitting here mental mathing, okay, 12, so then 24, so that's 2, so that I'm like, oh, that's almost 5 years. And everyone's like, yeah, you fucking idiot. Tammy said that like 5 minutes ago.
Because I put it in the chat thing, right? It was shares. It was shares live. And it said 60 months. And I'm like, can you believe it's been 5 years? So they read it, 60 months. How long is that? And I was watching them. And they were both on panel trying to add it up. And I'm like, how long can I sit here and just wait and see how long it takes? And then I looked down and I'm like, I put it in the note that I put on there. They're like, oh, shit. Oh, yeah, there it is. I said, I put it in the comment. It was funny.
I'm making a new poll, everybody. Oh, somebody just upvoted. It went up to 67%. Yo, hillbilly dirt farmer fella, welcome. Be sure to subscribe to Barnes & Noble Crime Time. I have to always stop. Okay, here we go. Create poll.
There's a lot of people who seem very convinced that the family was not involved, which maybe I'm a lot younger. Maybe I didn't I guess I grew up with the mainstream narrative, but I didn't really start paying attention to this case until I was almost an adult myself. So maybe I'm a little bit further away from it.
Yeah.
How can you just say that the family had no involvement at all? It's very obvious that they have a hand in there somewhere.
All right. I want to attempt to, I think, just add what I perceive to be fairness. I think I understand both sides, the ones that believe implicitly that there was involvement. I truly do. And I also understand the ones that do not. So, just like this one to me is not one where we're gonna all butt heads. I understand the people that think that way and the ones that think that way.
I'm just genuinely curious, because whenever I look at this case, the whole thing screams the family's involved, but then there's a bunch of people that are like, no, there's no possible way they were involved. I don't see your logic there. So if somebody could explain that to me, maybe you'll change my mind. But
Okay. I'll read a comment from running here, or you see it. Patsy was stage 4 cancer in '93. She'd have been more concerned about living and not have energy after chemo radiation to be planning to unalive her daughter in '96. I mean,
right, she didn't. Her husband did.
Yeah, I don't think Patsy had anything to do with it. I don't think Patsy had anything to do with it.
But you
I
believe
just think that she knows who had something to do with it.
Sorry, totally off topic, but please do feel free, guys. There's a big chance that I will be available during the day, afternoon time. If you guys want to see one of those old school Progressive Patriot open panel freestyles where anything goes and anybody can come up, let me know in the poll. Hit yes or no, and I will abide.
Yes or no? I'm not saying no possible way the family was involved. I just don't see solid evidence. That's fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Patsy was involved as far as hands-on involved. Do I think she probably knows who done it? I think
Initially, I said it was John, but that was before any of the evidence provided him innocent. Well, right, but like, you all know you can buy your innocence in America, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do believe the DNA exonerates him from the act of the crime itself, but I understand the suggestion that somebody adjacent to him was involved.
But just because he didn't SA her means he didn't end her life.
No, whoa, no.
Well, here's the thing.
Did I misunderstand? You said the DNA evidence absolves him of this. All the DNA evidence proves is that he wasn't the one that
he didn't
SA'd her.
Right.
He didn't attack or SA her. He didn't, like, the fingernail. She had skin under her nails. I mean, I guess you could.
Well, right, from being SA'd, yeah. Just because they didn't.
You could make the case that it was during SA, but one could make the case it was also when she was possibly struggling for her life. We know both these things happened. We don't know if they were.
I just don't know. God, this is fucking dark. I don't know how much struggling she was able to do.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that sad fact of the matter. But, regardless of how frail, the nails are still capable of just getting it doesn't take a lot at all. You don't even have to leave a scratch mark to get, the little bit of DNA that, like, just this leaving no mark. There's DNA under my nails now. That's it's pretty.
I agree. I guess I just see it the opposite. Like Grey Wolf is saying that the evidence kind of proved him wrong. Yeah. I feel like if anything, the evidence kind of proves he had something to do with it.
Yeah. I don't think if they knew who did it, they'd be pointing fingers at it. I don't think so, because if you're in the business he's in and you've done some stuff, you won't be telling anything.
Well, right. That's another thing. He does work for Lockheed Martin, so he might know some shit that, like, they want to keep secret. So now they have a vested interest in protecting him. Like, this is a very deep rabbit hole.
Yeah. And so, and I have an issue with him. So no match from the skin under her nails. No match. I think one of the other reasons that bothers me is they left their security system off. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't believe we just forgot, because I had a security system and I remembered every night. I never ever forgot to put my security system on. Why have one if you're not going to put it on there?
I don't want to get this dark, but I could absolutely pin down a 4-year-old and make it to where they couldn't move.
Yeah.
That really wouldn't be. I see what you're saying, but you're also trying not to hurt that child. If you don't care about hurting the child, you can absolutely pin them down and make it to where they can't move.
Well, I don't think she was tied up.
Just
She
sit
was-
on her.
She was bound.
She weighs 40 pounds. You weigh 150. Just fucking sit on her.
She was bound. I don't think she could have.
That's right, she was.
She was bound. I don't know how she could have fought back.
Possibility of before being bound, maybe, right? Of course, JonBenet had 0 injuries whatsoever. I'm looking now to see if I want to know to what extent did JonBenet actually, attack back, fight back. I want to know if they're like, what kind of DNA are we talking here? Was there any little bit of blood drawn? I'm just gonna see that there is evidence consistent with possible contact during a struggle, but it is not proven that JonBenet scratched her assailant in a clear, definitive way. Key facts from the yep, it's already outlining what we already know: foreign male DNA. That is
So
it.
she didn't fight back according to that.
There is no evidence that if there was, it was not effective.
See, again, she would have fought back before being tied up. I promise you I could tie up a 4-year-old without them being able to do anything to me.
Well, we have to go back to what Patsy said. Because
Which she was asleep?
no matter what people want to believe, there's a little bit of truth in everything somebody tells. She tells you when we brought her home, she was so out of it, we had to take her upstairs and put her in her clothes. We dressed her while she was asleep. If they go in there, just say John and Patsy have no idea what happened to her. They were asleep in their room. Patsy had the same clothes on she had on the night before. I'm just going to put that out there too. Just say that she was asleep and they were all asleep and they went and got her. If she was that asleep, they could have tied her up and then took her wherever they wanted her to go.
Just in case it was not said, the constantly mentioned unidentified male DNA it was both under the nails, and it is the same that was on her underwear. So that
right, so
it was the same guy.
But that again, that doesn't necessarily mean it was that person who also ended her life.
Right. It could have been 2 different people.
And Running Grey Wolf, I see what you're saying, but what you have to keep in mind here is this person didn't care. I'm assuming when you're holding your own children down, you're trying not to hurt them. This person clearly didn't give a shit if they hurt JonBenet Ramsey.
Right. You're not caring that you're hurting them along the way.
Like, I get that they're stronger than you think and they can wiggle and they can do all types of stuff. But if you were legitimately trying to hold down a child, you're telling me you couldn't just get on top of them and hold them down and break arms and legs if you had to get that. I know it's dark, but I'm saying it's possible.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tammy. I just wanted to add the extent of the trauma, which I'm going to look up now. I don't think that I want to see if she took a beating. Go ahead. Sorry.
They weren't having a party at their house. They were having a party at. They went to 2 parties away from home.
Patsy would have. See, that part I can agree with Grey Wolf on. Patsy might have just threw the same clothes back on because, I mean, I do that all the time. Take my clothes off to go to bed and put them back on the next day. I'll give you that.
I wouldn't. I'd throw them right in the hamper.
All right, so here to continue painting the clearest picture that we can. Yes, JonBenet suffered significant blunt force trauma as part of the attack that killed her, but there is no evidence she was beaten or abused in the days or weeks prior to that night. Severe head injury, an 8.5-inch linear I don't know what that is. Comminuted skull fracture on the right side of her head caused by a powerful blow with a blunt object that produced scalp bruising, brain contusions, and she was walloped hard. My God.
Yeah, she wouldn't have moved.
Yeah,
She wouldn't have moved.
she got her fucking bell rung, like
it was
literally.
deduced that it was in an explosion of rage. That's how fucking intense it was. Other fresh injuries from the attack: deep ligature furrow around the neck, as we know from the garrote, abrasions on her
Garrote,
right
that's
cheek, posterior. What? Don't correct me. How dare you?
No, I
Abrasions.
said garrote. That's what I couldn't remember the
Yeah,
name.
the
of
garrote.
it.
That's
Yeah.
the specific. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
also a little weapon they throw on some soldiers out there, which I'm sure you
Yeah.
already knew that.
Yeah.
Abrasions on her right cheek, posterior right shoulder, left lower back, and left lower leg, some consistent with being dragged. I don't want her private area, abrasions and mild trauma with a small amount of blood, ligature marks on her right wrist. You know, when you take a moment to kind of reread some of the absolute savagery that's been done to these cold cases, boy, does it really fucking charge up the, and boil the blood of the lack of justice for every single case out there that's like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's what I mean by clearly whoever did this did not care if they were hurting JonBenet. So I don't think they would have been trying to hold her down in a way that would have even allowed her to fight back because they didn't care.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I was going to answer a question that was up here, but I can't remember where it's at.
So who was that angry of her or scared of her talking? Well, presumably the person who was essaying her, which I have to imagine was probably either dad and or his friends.
I think it was friends connected to him.
That makes the most sense, but either way, he knew about it.
Yeah, that's what I think so. Yeah.
In short, she was violently attacked with blunt force trauma to the head and then strangled. On the night she died, there is no forensic indication that she had been beaten or systemically abused in the period leading up to that night. So it was all done in that moment. It was all done.
I mean, so they say. They're also, you got to think, the Ramseys had a bit of a reputation. So they probably don't want to trash the Ramseys' reputation. Don't talk shit about Lockheed Martin, you know? Maybe your building just falls down tomorrow.
Yeah. Did it mention a stun gun in there at all?
None whatsoever, no.
Okay.
It's also very, very, like, it's borderline impossible to actually knock someone out with a stun gun.
I never.
It's very, very hard. It can be done, but you would have to like really. It would almost be harder to knock her out with a stun gun than to do everything else they did.
Yeah.
I'm looking up anything that the magical cursed algorithm of the internet can find regarding Mr. JonBenet and Lockheed Martin.
I wouldn't be surprised if you can't find that. I wouldn't be surprised if Lockheed hid that just because they don't want to be associated with this.
No, in 1991, Lockheed Martin acquired the company that John Ramsey was the president of, which is a company that was named Access Graphics, and kept Ramsey as its president CEO. By 96, it had grown significantly, reaching around $1 billion. After JonBenet's murder in December, Lockheed Martin eventually sold his company. They liquidated Access Graphics as part of a larger asset swap to General Electric. Ramsey stepped down. The $118,000 figure in the ransom note matched the approximate amount of a bonus Ramsey had received tied to his work at the company. That's fucking strange.
Mm-hmm.
That supports like some fucking creep, weird, angry, disturbed coworker,
Yeah.
jealous, that knew JonBenet and was just a sick fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I do believe somebody put in the chat earlier. Does they believe that somebody could have come in while they were gone and hid in the house? Of course, because he didn't set the alarm.
Well, that's what I was saying. It could have been they intentionally didn't set the security camera so that it was like, okay, we're going to go to this Christmas party, and whatever fucking creep is going to do this, you go in the house and you'll just be there when we get back, and nobody will know because we don't have the cameras turned on.
Right.
And I almost feel like this was like they rented out JonBenet and something went wrong, and either the person who was doing things to her or John himself was like, okay, well, now we have a problem we got to take care of, and took care of said problem.
Yep.
So just within the realm of all the possibilities, I think, like, and I was thinking it as Shamrock was typing it, I think it is highly plausible. That minus that weird ransom note and her body placement in the house. But that all being said, I think it is plausible that a close family friend who was a coworker who was disturbed and twisted as fuck did this. I think that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's definitively what happened. Nobody can say definitively this is what happened.
Yeah.
It's an open case, but I think that's the strongest area of my personal opinion at this current juncture.
I would think, I mean, maybe because he was like the president or whatever, the head of this big company, maybe you don't know every single one of your employees. You could make that argument. But I would think,
shit, yeah,
CEO. If you were aware of somebody who was really pissed off at you because you're their boss or whatever, if you're aware that that kind of person is out there, why the fuck would you ever not turn your cameras on?
I would assume they had cameras at the property, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
because they had a security system.
What I'm saying is the security system was turned off on this particular night.
Yeah.
If you know that there's this disgruntled guy who fucking hates John, why would you ever turn your security system off?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I would just chime in, you know, maybe he didn't know of this sicko that loathed him so deeply and had an eye for his kid, which would be even more of a reason to keep his fucking presence and existence completely out of the limelight.
I mean, I'll give you that. I just feel like
we have, you know, good dual theories. You know, these are all within the realms of probability.
How do we know that he wasn't getting threats and just never said anything to anybody, and he didn't take them seriously?
And there's Ronnie's comment here. Coworkers wouldn't show you their anger towards you. It's usually someone you least suspect. Agreed. Maybe they didn't just walk up to John personally and say, I fucking hate you, but people gossip at work all the time. Mm-hmm. You would think there was rumors constantly about, oh, fucking, I heard this about John. I heard that about John. I would think he would have at least an idea of what the people at his company thought about him.
Yeah. Because somebody would have been tattling.
Well, that being said, I mean, given that he was the fucking founder first, then the president, they would be super tight-lipped and cautious about letting that tea spill, you know, if you wanted to keep the job.
Unless you were a rat and running and telling him so you could get promoted.
That is also a high possibility. So yeah, all of these things being absolute possibilities.
I agree with Grey Wolf's last comment. If the Ramseys would have just had a dog, none of this shit would have happened. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, just it gives me a very silly anger, like
Mhm.
fuck rich people. Why don't you have a fucking dog? What anyway.
Mhm. Yeah.
So no, there's no credible evidence that JonBenet was widely loathed or received specific personal threats prior to JonBenet's demise.
Mhm.
What is documented is that he was immensely successful. There was at least one known business dispute. A former employee colleague named Jeff Merrick. Wait, that's the name of the guy. That's the name of the dude that was the broker that got the money. An old acquaintance whom Ramsey had hired was demoted or let go and later sought a severance payment. Some accounts note the amount discussed was around $118,000,
Oh.
the same figure that appeared in the ransom note. Merrick was looked at by investigators after the murder, but was not charged, and there is no public evidence he made threats against Ramsey or the family before the crime. I think it is not crazy to imagine that this dude carried some issues after that. He was demoted for one, and he wanted some payback. Okay. And there's a lot of online discussions in true crime commentary about disgruntled employees, business rivals. These remain unproven. Okay.
It could also be on that note there. It could also be somebody that knew that man and John had an issue, and they used that to throw them off the trail of who they were. So they used that 118 in there as like, well, I'll just make it sound like it's this guy.
Yeah, that would be a very good red herring and effectively, cast. It would set him up, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What's confusing to me is, like, if I am accurate on this, is that not the same name of the man who ended up helping John get the cash?
I think so, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Merrick.
There's also that thing that rich people do where like they fucking hate each other, but they still pretend that they're friends. I don't know why rich people do that, but that happens a lot.
It's to stay in the social status, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, they care about you got to rub elbows with the right people.
I'm just happy to debunk the theory that was building ever so more the more I was digging. It was not Jeff Merrick, a fellow named John Fernie, a close family friend. Okay, that's who got the cash. Jeff Merrick is the dude who had the beef that wanted that exact amount of cash that was on the ransom note. Dude, this fucking shit gets wild, man. These cases be wild.
Mm-hmm. Wild. We're gonna watch just a little bit more of this, and then we'll probably be calling it. We're almost at 3 hours here.
Yeah, I hope
My
you're proud.
kids
I stuck around for you, by the way. I stuck
That's
around.
right. You could have dipped out. I would have understood.
I know. It's not as much pressure here. I know. Thank you.
I also feel like it's easy to let time get away from us here. We'll just go down and someone will say anything in the chat and suddenly we have another 2 hours of shit we have to say.
Yeah, we're squirrels every time. And the ones that are in here like Eve and Running Gray Wolf and Ronnie and a few of the others, they know there's always squirrels that show up in my chats, and then we squirrel, and we're over here for we're taking 4 hours to watch a 20-minute video.
Yeah.
That's okay though. That means we're discussing it, we're talking, putting our ideas out there. That's good.
That's why I like doing my little rants on my cell phone, because I fight to get through my entire monologue, even though I'm sporadic, but I'll read one single fucking comment, and there it is, the squirrel.
Right? Oh, thank you, Ducks. We're glad too.
Yeah, thank you for everything, Ducks. Since I commonly don't see you, I want to thank you. And if I do the live stream tomorrow. Those of you that are present, OT, Riddle Drid, Shamrock, literally anybody. If you want to pop up on the panel, the link will be in the chat. I'm gonna go to finish. Thank you guys for having me. Please, well, I don't want to just let me say very, very, very strongly. Hopefully, you'll be seeing me with the Quad Squad a lot more in the near future, as in, well, for one this week. Until then, I'm Progressive Patriot signing out. Make sure you subscribe to these brilliant people over here. It's okay to question the status quo. It is okay to go against the grain. You cannot be afraid to stand for one of the few things that cannot be taken from us. Our voice, your voice. God bless. Good night.
Good night, Eli.
Good
Have a good night,
Jay.
dude.
Peace out, brother, man.
See, I want to come. Let's see where it's at.
Did he forget? Oh, okay. Thought he forgot how to kick himself out again.
Did he kick himself out?
I mean, he's gone, so.
You are correct on that. Without him, we are nothing. That is correct. Yes, yes. All right, let's go over here. What did you say about squirrels? Mm-hmm. And sometimes turkeys. You're right. Right. Good night. Good night. We're going to be on here just a few more minutes. We're going to hit that 3-hour. We have been told here as creators that the 3-hour is your charm. So at least make it to 3 hours. I don't know if it's true. What do you think, Casey? You think 3 hours is important? You think you need to at least make it 3 hours? Did Casey freeze on us? I think he froze on us. He did. He's frozen. Look at him. He's frozen. We should take a picture of him just like that. Look. It's frozen. Yep, he froze. Oh, wait. This chat is still up on Eli's channel. Yeah, probably till I close mine, and then it'll be gone then. Yep, he's frozen. Yeah, we're just under 3. We got 8 minutes. So we're going to finish up. John, there he comes. You were frozen. We were just talking to you, and you were like, hey, that's a good picture of Steve Fauzi's frozen.
Yeah, I'm on fucking motel Wi-Fi, and it kicks you off every 24 hours. So apparently 24 hours ago is when I got to this hotel and signed into the Wi-Fi.
Got you. Okay. So you had to re-sign in.
Yeah, I had to redo the fucking I agree to the terms and conditions, whatever. I won't steal anybody. I won't hack anybody's computer off the shitty motel Wi-Fi.
Right. Right. We're going to finish up JonBenet's room, and I think they're going to show Burke's room, and then for today, we'll close it. And then the next time we come on here, we'll finish her room.
Yeah, whatever's fine with me. We've lost 2 of the 4 already. So
yeah, I know. Eve, the documentary will probably just piss you off. Yeah, I have not seen it, so I don't know. Yeah.
Repeat password to give it. I literally just had to grab the thing and put the password back in. I was like, oh shit, it's scrambling on my desk.
Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh.
Into the alley, you can see we're still on the balcony. You can kind of see a little bit of the driveway there. So back through, there's the bathroom. I have not finished modeling the bathroom. So there's a handful of areas that are just slightly less complete or incomplete. So this is a set of stairs leading up to just outside of John and Patsy's bedroom. So the bedroom is right there.
Okay. They are very close to her room.
Yeah. But, well, I guess, yeah, she would have been taken out of her room, allegedly, according to the mainstream narrative.
Mm-hmm. See how close it will go back. Look.
Well, yeah, her room is like right.
So this is her bathroom.
Not finished modeling the bathroom. So
Her
there's
bathroom
areas
is
that are
fucking
just
There's the
Four.
laundry room right there.
And then her parents are
slightly less complete
so
or
Right there.
incomplete. So this is a set of stairs leading up to just outside of John and Patsy's bedroom. So the bedroom is right there.
So
and you
they're
can see there's
very close to
little
her.
things like that, little errors that crept in. Okay, so
Well,
those are the stairs that lead up to John and Patsy.
now my question is, Mr. 3D model of the entire house, man. Do we know anything about the acoustics of this house?
Right.
Because, like, there are houses where I can be in the next room over, and just the way the house is designed, I can't hear shit.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's why I'm asking. That's why I wanted to show this, because I wanted to see where she was in relation to her parents, to Burke, to the basement, to the living room. You know, I wanted to see the distances between everything. This is a very weird built house. I'm going to be honest.
It is, yeah. It's a
I don't
very
like-
odd.
Yeah.
They just stuck shit places, and they were like, cool house.
Yeah, I don't like the layout. It's very boxy and there's lots of corners, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know. It's that 90s built home, I guess. A lot
We're
of homes.
getting real conspiracy theory here, but it does almost feel like the design of the house would make it very easy to get lost in that house.
Yeah, like a maze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the
Over we
parents'
have a door
bedroom
overlooking
was
the
replaced.
south.
Just see, this is a window. So that window goes right. You can look right through that window and see inside the hall there where the parents' room is at. So weird.
Entryway. So below us is the door that leads to the spiral staircase. Next up, we have the kids' playroom. There is an exterior door here onto the balcony that is outside of Melinda's room. Next up on the left, we have
Linda's room. Is that what he said?
I don't know. I didn't catch
Who's
that part.
a bathroom that I have not finished building. Next up, we have Melinda's room, and I don't believe
Yeah, Melinda. Who is Melinda?
I assume the maid or something.
I have any information on what this room looked like contemporary to the crime. I believe the only one I have is the Ollie Gray Lou Smith video taken in looks like the summertime after the crime. Next up, we have Burke's bedroom.
Okay. So Burke isn't very far either. Away. And his room.
I almost feel like you would be able to hear, if we're assuming she was taken from her room,
Right.
I almost feel like you'd hear it better from Burke's room than the parents' room, because
Yeah,
they're
'cause
upstairs.
He's a straight shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again, a little bit more work needs to be done in here. And just outside of Burke's bedroom, we have stairs going down that lead you to the front door, front entryway, and stairs that go up to John and Patsy's bedroom. So this is the third floor of the house. This is John and Patsy's master bed.
Oh,
I'm missing actually a couple of...
no door, no. You just go up the stairs, and now
you're
you're in the
trapped.
master bedroom.
Yeah. And
Well, what if you're
trapped.
trying to clap some cheeks and there you don't got a door, you don't got no privacy?
Mhm.
I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, maybe John was just trying to get something. He's like, these goddamn kids won't stay off the stairs to my room.
Right. And that maybe that also kind of explains why she used that room downstairs when she had cancer.
Oh, actually, yeah, it does. Because if this is accurate, it just went up the stairs into that room. There isn't like a door or a hallway or any So it would make a little bit of sense if you're trying to recover from chemo. They're going to put you in a room with a door, presumably a lock on that door, so she can lock the door and tell you to fuck off if she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to have a Discord, and the last Discord I set up for somebody didn't go very well, but I can make us a Discord server if we want.
Melinda was her half sister, and she was older. Okay, I didn't know who Melinda was. They don't speak very much of her. I knew there was an older brother, right?
I don't know. Maybe
I
you're
think
asking the
there
wrong
was-
guy.
Like I think John had a son. That not with Patsy. I think he had a son before he married Patsy, but I'm not sure about that. But I thought he did. I thought he had a son. Other
I have
than Bert.
no idea.
Yes, a half brother too. I thought so. Yeah. He's older though, quite a bit older than JonBenet was.
Windows now, I just realized there should be one here and one or possibly two in this wall. They have a fireplace in their room. There's a bunch of other furniture, etc., in the room that I just haven't put in yet. There's also a small door here that leads into a little, I guess they call it a storage area, but it just seems like a little kind of room that you would have a hard time getting in and out of. So again, those are the stairs that lead down to Burke's room. We go outside of their bedroom. These are the stairs leading down to JonBenet's room. Here we have the room alternately described as John's dressing room or study.
Fucking weird upstairs of your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know this has nothing to do with what happened to JonBenet, but just like what is this house? How high were you when you designed this house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is, and it's like over 7,000 square feet. Well, of course it is, because how many freaking cubicles and blocks and squares are you
twists
going?
and turns and
Yeah. Oh, she's upstairs. Well, it'll take you 15 minutes to find her upstairs because you don't know where she's at.
that's interesting. Is that true, Eve? John also had a daughter that died in his first marriage?
He did. I thought, was she in a car wreck? I remember that.
Hey, guy. When your daughters keep dying, I got questions. Fool me once, shame on me. 2 of my daughters die. Why the fuck do my daughters keep dying? That's weird.
It is weird. And all he's got left is sons. They have a room for everything. They do have a room for everything. Car wreck. Okay, I thought it was a car wreck. Yeah.
Sure. Just like Princess Diana was a car wreck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
JonBenet Ramsey is actually Princess Diana.
Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 7,500 square feet or something. The reason I know is because there's another video that I saved for the playlist because a couple did buy it and they redid it. And it does not even look like the same house as when the Ramseys lived there. You can't even tell it's the same house. And that's when I found out how many square feet it was. And I was like, are you freaking serious? That is just crazy. That's like the size of a freaking business or something. A school.
Yeah, 7,000 square feet is fucking huge.
It's ridiculous.
I could do a lot with 7,000. Give me a 7,000 square foot warehouse. I can do a lot.
And those rooms are small. That's my other thing. That's 7,000 square feet, and look how little the bedrooms are. Where's all the feet at?
Well, it's all the weird twists and turns and corridors and corners and balcony here and random study room here and second dining room. It's got a bunch of random bullshit that makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, why aren't the bedrooms bigger? That's what I'm saying. If I'm going to buy a house that's that big, I better have big bedrooms.
what's this is gonna bother me all night now. I can't remember the lady's name. There's a very famous haunted house where the lady kept building onto the house.
Oh, the
She just kept
Winchester. The
Yes,
Winchester.
yes, thank you. The Winchester house. This kind of gives me the same vibe where they just like kept putting shit everywhere.
Yeah, 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 Yeah.
I'm so happy you knew that because that would have bugged the shit out of me all night.
yeah. The Winchester house. Yeah. Yeah. She had like 13 doors and she had 13 stairs and everything was
She
in
just
13.
she continued to just build, just put doors to nowhere and
Yeah.
rooms that did nothing and rooms you couldn't get into or out of and
Yeah.
stairs that went to nowhere and just kept doing random shit literally until she died.
Yep. Yep. She was appeasing the spirits for her husband making the Winchester rifle and it killing all of those people.
Which, wouldn't they just be tormenting him in hell? Why are
That's
they
what
fucking
I
with
thought.
her?
That's what-
like
yeah, I don't. That's what I thought.
it
But
sounds like she might have just been schizophrenic. That one doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to me.
yeah, and plus her they had a daughter, but she died, and I think maybe that kind of sent her. Then her husband died, so that kind of probably didn't do her any. It didn't help her any, probably. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's play that.
Bathroom.
Actually, we only have like 9
Next,
more
we
minutes
have
left.
another bathroom with an exterior door that leads to what appears to be just an open area of roof. Some floor plans have that listed as a closet,
what?
but I believe from
What? That leads what?
photographs, it is actually an exposed area of roof. This area here is referred to as
Like, what the
Patsy's
fuck is
restroom.
that? That was just a corridor
Next
that went
we
to
go-
nothing.
Whoops. Back down. Okay, so we have been through
Now let's go back.
third, second, outside of their bedroom.
Here's what I want to hear.
These are the stairs leading down to JonBenet's room. Here we have the room alternately described as John's dressing room or study. And then we have another bathroom.
Okay, this is what I want to hear.
How many studies you got?
Next, we have another bathroom with an exterior door that leads to what appears to be just an open area of roof.
Now listen.
Right?
That bathroom opens up to the roof.
Yeah. Why? Right. Yeah. Like, I know this has nothing to do with JonBenet or why she was killed, but what is this house? This house is weird.
I mean, I've seen bathrooms that have open windows, like on second and third floors, because nobody can see you in there. By bathtubs, okay. I wouldn't like it, but okay. But does your business stink so bad in there you got to open the door to the roof? I've never heard of a house that's had the bathroom where it opens to the roof.
It just seems it feels like somebody designed this house with a certain thing in mind, like this open roof plan where you can walk out a door and be on your roof. That's cool. I don't mind chilling on the roof. That's fun sometimes.
Yeah.
But then it feels like someone came in after that and was like, no, fuck that. Put a toilet right there, put a wall right here, put some stairs right there. Like as if somebody made this house for one thing and then someone came in and completely changed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have out here in my studio, I have 3 cats that I rescued, and that was one of them that you heard meowing. Yeah.
Oh,
Do a
yeah,
show on
there's
what,
cats
Karen?
here.
Do a show on what, Karen? What were we
Oh,
talking
the
about?
Winchester house?
Oh, yes. I love the Winchester house. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, the documentary said it would be difficult to hear from location yeah. Now you see, that's why I wanted us to understand. It kind of helps you understand more of how it happened. You know what I mean? Whether it helps my narrative or somebody else's, it kind of shows you how the house was laid out. This is a weird house. I would not like it.
Well, it also does, I guess, to give the Ramseys a little bit of credibility. It really would be easy to lose track of where your daughter is in this house.
Mhm. 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, and they're
Although
little
if you brought her home and she was already asleep and you put her directly in her bedroom, I would think it wouldn't be that hard to lose your daughter. But just on a day-to-day basis, I can absolutely see being like, oh shit, JonBenet, where you at? There's
Yeah.
1,000 rooms in this house. Like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
Floor plans have that listed as a closet, but I believe from photographs it is actually an exposed area of roof. This area here is referred to as Patsy's dressing room. Next we go, whoops, back down. Okay, so we have been through third, second, we've been through the first. It's time to go to the basement. Actually, for the sake of argument, out the door. I believe this is the door that the pry marks were found on. If you turn to your right, you can potentially see this is another area where, again, pinch of salt, because I've done my best to represent size and scale accurately, but, you know, time would tell. You could potentially see into here, you could potentially see a broken pane of glass if you were attempting to gain entry here and you turned to your right. So, if we assume the Lou Smith theory to be true, then we go down into the grate. There's a little bit of room here, not a ton, obviously. In through the window.
I can't
That
end the stream.
is approximately.
Yes.
Don't mind me. I can't end the stream. I'm gonna figure it out.
You probably you might have to wait until I end it, you think?
You have me
Yeah,
hostage.
it's probably all we do because Tammy set it up on her end. You just shared it to yours. So it's probably
Yeah.
going to go until we're done.
Yeah.
I'm a hostage in my own home.
We're not too much longer.
No, that's okay. It's all right. Okay. I was checking. I was trying everything. All right.
Yeah.
Keep going. Have a good one. All right.
All right.
Dang, it really doesn't just let you end the okay. I mean,
it's not. This is the
hi
interesting-
Eli's. Oh, I'm on Eli's channel, dude. Oh, I'm gonna say all the slurs.
Oh no. This is going to be the interesting part, though. This is going to the basement.
Approximately
now.
the size, shape, and location, not exact,
Okay.
approximate of the American Tourister suitcase found underneath the window. This area here is the elevator shaft with the locking, self-locking door, and there were signs of damage around here. This is another area that I will have to update. This is the train room table. It had a train set on it. This is the cover entryway to the crawl space. So something that I didn't realize is that there were bulkheads, so these large protrusions coming out in front of both the entry window there and the crawl space. So I feel like it would be very difficult to get into or out of the crawl space without leaving some sign either
it'd be really
on
annoying
that
to get through there.
or on the wall or beneath the wall. So I know there's the report of the canvas bag found in there. I believe this cover was screwed on, held on by screws. You would need some type of tool to gain access to it. So whatever that means, I just thought it was interesting that the crawl space was in this location. Next up, we have closet that was used to store presents, wrapping paper, just kind of miscellany. Next, we have the downstairs bathroom, along with the window out, the one that they said this is where the footsteps were potentially on the toilet. This is an area where there could potentially be a discrepancy between my model, my toilet, and the space here might actually be much smaller than it appears right here.
What about the window? Who the hell is going to come through that window?
Well, my mind,
I would have to go
Look
back
at Little. Let me
and
see if
kind of
they
do
can-
another pass on that. So, location of the
Okay, there it is.
if I'm going with my theory that I think somebody was already in this house, and whoever did it was already in the house. It makes sense to maybe try to write a ransom note to throw the police off. It makes sense to get the pineapple and the milk to try to be like, oh, look, it was just another average day. But now they're like running around making pry marks on doors and standing up on toilets to attempt to make it look like they were going to escape through that window. Like,
because that's a little window. He didn't say the window configuring was wrong. He said the space between the toilet and the window was wrong.
I think the implication there is this person was looking for a way out of the house and saw that window and was like, oh, and stood on the toilet and realized it was too small.
Yeah. No way anybody come in that window. Yeah. Because, I mean, I just feel like they were there. They came in while they were gone. And without the security alarm on, it was easy to do.
Oh, I think if it wasn't John or someone in the immediate family, yeah, someone was in that house when they got back from their Christmas party for sure. Mm-hmm. I don't think this happened after they got home.
Right. Yeah.
Window is accurate in terms of the outside. The distance between the window and the toilet may not be. So that is the downstairs bathroom. Over here, we have a downstairs closet storage area. This is the area that had a number of wires sticking out of it. Next, we have a basement laundry area, so washer, dryer. This is the basement phone. It was actually located over here on a shelf. I just haven't, again, added that particular shelf in yet. There was a sink located over here.
Oh,
next up, we have a shower.
I hate the future.
And next in this room here, again, still needs a little more work. There was
my brain just went, why do you need a phone in the basement, you fucking idiot? Because in the 90s, we didn't have cell phones, you fucking idiot.
This is 7,500 square foot, and you don't know where the hell anybody is in this house. That's why.
Yeah, right? Like,
they're lost.
Closet over here. I believe there was a second window.
10 years later, you find somebody that comes out with a beard down to their,
Yeah, for real. Suddenly you got fucking dreadlocks like mine.
Yeah.
I've been in the basement.
Where you been? I've been hidden in this house for 10 years. That's where I've been.
I couldn't find my way out because you dumbasses keep putting breakfast rooms everywhere.
Right, in nooks and crannies. Yeah.
Here as well, but they were the ones that were described as being cemented over or covered up. So I believe there was no exterior access, but I think there was a report of one of them having a duffel bag that was not recognized by the family. So coming out of here, I don't have doors on all of these. There may have been, I think there definitely was a door there. There may have also been another door there. It may have been left open. But again, this is still a bit of a work in progress. Next, we have, I guess, one of the final areas. This is the boiler room. So I have placed a door here. I believe there was a door in this location, but there was something on the video that I was watching saying about a door being removed or added later, and I wasn't sure if this is the one that was being referred to. So in the Loose Mid-Ollie Gray video, this is depicted as having a door here. If this was here at the time of the crime, I'm not 100% sure. I would have to rewatch the crime scene video, but some video of their house depicts a door being located here, though, so potentially this could be closed to provide additional privacy. Next up, we have the location of the cellar door. Above it is roughly the location of the wood block. This would be turned to allow you to get it out of the way. So yeah, twisted, then you can access. There is a handle on the door, not necessarily the style of handle, but I believe the handle just didn't work or didn't, go into anything. There is a report of a handprint on this door. I believe that refers to the inside of the door, not the outside. But again, I am not 100% sure. I've just placed what appears to be a handprint in an area that could be where the handprint was found, where the palm print was found. And I have been saying handprint, I mean to say palm print. This is the location of
Is that not
stain
the same
on
thing?
the basement.
Right, yeah.
Is a handprint and a palm print not the same thing?
Unless he just means like right here
Unless he's talking, about just that part, maybe.
and no fingers.
Like someone.
But how would you
like,
do? I mean, you'd have to.
Well, like
Oh,
here's the wall, like that. Like
Yeah,
if you push the door open with just your palm, maybe.
Yeah, which means you might have something on your fingers. You don't want your fingerprints to come on there.
Or
The
you're
carpet where
trying
people
to hold something with both hands, and you
Yeah.
real quick kind of like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
theorize may have been the location that JonBenet died. This is the location of Patsy's paint tote, which had the broken paintbrushes.
That's
in it.
right. I forgot
Next
about
up,
that.
this is the boiler water heater.
Which those paintbrushes
freezer
are
area.
what was used to strangle her, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
There were a number of screens for their many, many windows stashed up there. This is the approximate orientation of that vent that leads outside. So this is the one you saw at the very beginning from the front of the house. And then the final spot, or actually not quite final, but this is the cement room where her body was found. This is, as far as I can tell, approximately where the blanket was placed. This is approximately the size and color of the duct tape that was used on her mouth. This is approximately the size, shape, and location of the floor safe. There were a number of other items in the room at the time. Looked to be old doors and buckets, possibly of paint. This is another area that I would have to return to give it a more accurate representation. So one final spot before we wrap up the tour, or I guess a few final spots. Over here, we have the location that the baseball bat was found. So it's described as being outside of the butler door. I compared a few of the crime scene photographs, and the reason that I've placed it here is that there is a stone retaining wall in front of a brick wall next to the baseball bat is right next to a little cement sort of downspout that connects to one of the eaves downspouts here. And I believe that combination of things only occurs in this one spot. So again, there's two crime scene photographs. I don't have the numbers memorized off the top of my head, but I believe that is an accurate placement of the black baseball bat. And as you can see, it's a relatively narrow ledge. It may in life be actually slightly narrower than I've depicted here, but it's unlikely, in my opinion, that if someone threw an aluminum bat at this wall or a wall this narrow next to a brick wall, that it would probably not land exactly as it has, or it would be less likely to land there than it would be to potentially bounce
No,
off.
it's going to bounce pretty far.
Yeah, if it was sitting right there, if that's real, someone put that shit there.
Yeah, they didn't
Maybe
throw
not
it
on purpose, maybe just absent-mindedly like set it down, but
right.
someone put it there.
Yeah, it wasn't just thrown up there because they bounce. Aluminum bats bounce.
Bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Off and land in the ground. Okay, so two more things to look at, and then I'll wrap it up and you can have the download link. This is the Gibbons house to the north. This is the kitchen window. There were a series of what appeared to be 4 lights above this kind of almost like a skylight window. The Gibbons reported that these lights were on. The family did not typically use these lights. They also reported seeing flashing lights, like possibly a flashlight in the butler's pantry over here. And then we move to the other side of the house, and we have this safety light described as being on the southeast corner of the house, and it was a light that was described by the neighbor Diane Brumfitt as usually being on. This light was reported by that same neighbor as being off that night.
Huh. So the security system
So
and
that
the
is a-
safety light are turned off, but the random back skylight lights that they never use are turned on. That kind of, to me, that is like, that's the signal for, hey, the cameras are off, come get in the house.
Mm-hmm.
If we turn this light off and these lights on, that means it's your time to move in.
Yeah. Or they turned them off and turned the other ones on when they got there. So
Maybe.
but every night when I go to bed, I check all my outside lights to make sure they're on. That's just me. And I make sure my security system's on and all my doors are locked. I don't go to bed.
Smart.
Sometimes my husband does it and I go behind him. I mean, not that we don't trust each other. It's just a thing. I just do it. So
No, yeah, that's smart, as you should.
So
you know how many times I've woken up in the middle of the night and gone down, well, I guess I live in hotels now, but when I had a place to live, you know how many times I've woken up in the middle of the night and gone out to smoke a cigarette and realized I didn't lock my door before I fell asleep?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If I was them, no matter how tired I was that night when I got home, I would have made sure my lights were on outside and my security system was on.
Well, also being a wealthy, I don't know, I guess you could use the term famous. They were at least pretty well known in this neighborhood. It was known they were wealthy. It's known homeboy works for Lockheed Martin.
Mm-hmm.
You would think they would have been pretty on top of their security just because.
I know I would have. If not, somebody in the house should have been. I would have thought.
Right, or a butler or a maid, like somebody.
Yeah.
That's why this whole thing doesn't make sense. You would think, especially if I'm like a maid or a butler or something that's there, like I'm worried about the house getting robbed because I know the people I work for are rich. So I'm probably going to be locking doors all day long.
And if the butler's pantry is the area I live in at night, I'm definitely going to make sure it's locked.
Right. They said they saw what seemed to be a flashlight coming from that room.
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck would he be in the butler's room?
Yeah. So almost over with here.
Tour of the home and the model. I'll follow this up with some more posts about how I made it and how you can use it. If you're not a Blender user, this probably is fairly difficult to use. The plus side of this method is that it gives us tons of information. So I can, if I want to, remove.
Huh?
You like the video?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I'm like, I don't want to sit there and use your shit and then not like it. You know what I mean?
It was also legitimately very well done and very informational. That does put some things in perspective.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to look. I thought, well, if we look at the house and how it's set up, maybe we might understand things a little bit better. To noise level and how far apart everybody was, and so maybe they didn't hear anything going on. I would have thought maybe Burke would have, if it was loud enough. But if she was asleep, passed out like they say she was, then by the time she was, duct tape probably went across her mouth first, and then they tied her up and bound her, and she wouldn't have had a lot of time to respond. But if he got in the house while they were gone, he had plenty of time to set himself up and do what he needed to do.
Yeah. And I do, now seeing the layout of the house, I could see the parents having a little bit of an alibi for like, well, we were upstairs in our room. We don't hear what's going on downstairs. So I think Burke would have potentially been the one to hear something if anyone was going to hear something.
Mm-hmm.
But then that also begs the question. I was a young boy once, and when I heard something weird at night, I immediately ran to my parents' room and bothered them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you would think
exactly.
if he heard some weird something going on, would he have not ran to his parents because he was scared?
Yeah. Yep. I know. I would have. I mean, yeah. That's why it's like your outside lights, just like in the Sebastian Rogers case. That night, the security light, they didn't have it turned on. The neighbors said they always turn that one on. Well, guess what? That night it wasn't turned on. Guess what also wasn't working that night? The security cameras weren't working that night.
Well, I thought. So was it that they weren't working or that they weren't turned on?
They weren't working. There was a glitch in the neighborhood.
Okay, see, because I asked that earlier and someone said they just straight up didn't turn them on that day.
No, I think there was some type of glitch in the neighborhood and they were not working. But Katie, that's what she did for a living. Or does. She puts in security cameras.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
She would probably know how to scramble them for a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I would imagine, but I don't I don't know. I've been kind of running off the theory. I thought we were saying that they just didn't turn on the security system that night, which is why I've been running with the theory that they purposely didn't turn it on to allow somebody to come in.
Yeah, the Ramseys didn't turn theirs on that night. The Sebastian Rogers case was just messed up. Their cameras were messed
Oh
up.
fuck, we're talking about two different things. I was asking if the Ramseys.
No, they
It was
turned.
messed
They just
up?
didn't turn them on. They just
Okay.
didn't turn them on. They forgot to.
Okay, we're talking about two different things. That's why I
Yeah,
was so
sorry,
confused. It's
sorry.
like, wait,
Yeah.
all night? What?
Yeah, no, they just didn't turn theirs on.
I would have been too scared to get
To
out
get
of
out of
bed. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I would have got up and ran to my parents' room, which is why my dad was always pissed at me. I get it now. Now that I'm an adult, I have a feeling I know what my dad was
Yeah.
trying to do. And he's like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, yeah. No, the Ramseys just didn't turn it on.
Yeah, okay, then my theory still stands that,
Yeah,
like, if you don't turn on the security system and then someone goes into your house and then a bunch of weird lights that are never on or off are on or off, that really feels like a bat signal to me. Like, hey, the plan is a go.
yeah. Kind of like the changing the light bulb for the shenanigans that goes on for people that swing too. You know, the
I mean, I'll give you that, Grey Wolf. They were at a Christmas party. Maybe they had a few and just didn't think to turn the security system on. But, like, I know I personally am so paranoid about everything that if I ever do get wealthy, you're goddamn right my security system's going to be
Yeah.
on.
yeah,
Even if I'm drunk, I don't drink, but
yeah.
even if I was drunk as shit, my security system would be on.
I mean, I can see Patsy maybe forgetting because she took JonBenet up to the room. She got her undressed and put her night clothes on and put her in the bed. And I can see her saying, well, John probably did it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely
Yeah.
a possibility that they just didn't, or they forgot, or they were drunk, or whatever. It's just
The problem I have with that is it was Christmas. And that's like, that's when everybody gets all kinds of new stuff. And if
Well,
you're
right,
wealthy, you're wealthy, you get nice, good gifts. Well,
spoiler
people break
alert.
into people's house all the time at Christmas.
Spoiler alert. Christmas is also Christmas for criminals.
Yes,
People
Look
who
at
are trying to
Home
rob you know you have good shit around Christmas time.
that's right. That's why you should use your security system. Or you will be like Home Alone.
paint buckets and ropes and hot tar and nails and
Yeah.
dude, that movie's brutal. If you go back and watch some of the things that kid did, it's fucking brutal,
I
dude.
love Home Alone. There is nothing like Christmas without watching Home Alone. I don't really care for after he's out of it. I don't care for the, what's it like 3 and 4, Home Alone 3 and 4. I don't really care for those. But I like
I
it.
barely remember 2. I remember the first one because I watched that all the time. I saw the second one a couple of times, and then
He's in New York in the second one.
Yeah, I remember that one, and then anything past that, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I can't. I didn't watch the third. I think there's 4. I know there's 3. I didn't watch it because I was like, oh well, he's not in it. You know, if you're gonna do a Home Alone 3, you should make him be the dad.
Mm-hmm.
And now let his kid do what he did. That's what will make it fun, you know.
Great. Well, I wasn't saying that the killer would be there after the presents. I'm just saying, like, in general, you should almost be locking your house and making sure the security system is on more around Christmas. And that's just good advice for anyone out there.
Yeah.
Criminals know you have good shit at your house around Christmas time.
Yeah. That's
maybe
why
John didn't think about that, didn't know that, whatever. But like, that is a time of year that typically crime would increase if it was going to.
That's why I was like, that's weird that they put it as Christmas night. That's because you will have already gotten your gifts and opened them. So it's weird that you wouldn't turn your security system on and it's Christmas, the biggest time of the year when there's people's houses get broken into and stuff.
I mean, I will concede to the fact that they probably were drinking. It was Christmas. They were partying. Like, maybe they did just forget to turn it on, but I don't know. I have a hard, maybe it's just me personally. I feel like even if I lived way the fuck out on 100 acres in the remote parts of Alaska, I'm still locking my door and turning on my cameras at night.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm not going to forget.
But I mean, maybe JonBenet was just cocky and didn't think anything could ever happen to him. There is that possibility too.
Yeah. I'm going to take this out. Well, that was the end of the tour. So next time we will, it is horrible that it happened on a holiday. Oh, that one girl, Allie. Hi.
Oh, hey, Allie. She's from
Eli's.
Do you consider yourself from my channel or Eli's channel?
Yeah, there you go.
Kind
and
of
if you're confused why you don't see Eli, and he's live over there.
Well, yeah, we commandeered his channel.
We hijacked it, and now we are keeping him awake purposely because it's the only way we can get him to participate. No, I'm just kidding. That's
you know what would be hilarious though is if we just like we're done. Have a good night, everybody, and then just don't turn the stream off. We both just leave and the stream's still going.
Yeah. You know he's listening, and in like 2 seconds he's going to pop up here and say, "Please don't do that." But what happened was, one girl, Allie, what happened was it's actually my live, and when Eli came up and was joining us, he streamed it on his channel, so we both was streaming at the same time. So, yeah, doing a double live stream. So he just can't turn his off until I let go because I am the one running it. So keep it running, Hills. Yeah. So that's probably why. I don't know how many he's hanging out in his chat, but it's kind of funny to figure out.
Well, then I hate rich people. Everybody would have opened their gifts and would have been in their rooms and basement. Also, everybody in town was rich and they didn't lock their doors. Well, then they're fucking dumb and they kind of deserve to be broken into.
Yeah, I would still lock my doors. Yeah. Well, that's true, that one girl. That's true. It is. Me and Megan do the same thing. The difference in me and Megan is that we ended at together. Like Eli left early because he's tired. I get it.
Well, yeah, he's trying to get some sleep. We're the one being fucks that are
yeah.
super late.
So, but me and
podcasting for 4 hours.
Right. When me and Megan do it, we leave at the same time. So she's not running and I'm not running. We leave. So I never thought that if he left before me, he would still be live until somebody come in the chat and they're like, Eli's still live over there. And I was like, oh crap, I bet it's because I'm the one running the live stream. So then when he popped back in, I was like, he's like, I'm trying to figure out how to end my live. And I'm like, dude, you can't. You can't till I do. Tinfoil hat.
Yeah, I believe that. It's
right.
JonBenet is actually just Katy Perry. I completely believe that.
Yeah.
Ali solved the case in 35 seconds. We've been here for almost 4 hours.
Right. Thank you, Running Grey Wolf, for going over there. Yeah. Sweet. I'm glad everybody's got different opinions, and I'm glad that everybody feels comfortable enough to say what they think about the case, and we can agree to disagree. I like that because we're telling what we think, even if we don't all agree together, and we've got good points. I think everybody's got good points. They bring out good things and make us think about it. So I like that. I like that we can, nobody's mad here. And I like that. Nobody's nobody's cussing each other or anything. You know what I'm saying? We all have different opinions, and it's good. It's all good because any of us could be correct about anything here. So
yeah, it was great conversations tonight, and I know me and Grey Wolf were kind of going back and forth a little bit. I do think Grey Wolf made some good points.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have my own theories, but Grey Wolf did say some stuff that I hadn't considered yet, which is exactly why I like talking to people who don't agree with me, because they'll say things and then it makes me look at it from a different perspective and go, actually, no, fuck, you're right. I'll give that one to you.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's what makes us all think. It makes us grow. It makes us learn from one another, because sometimes if you get tunnel vision, you're like, nope, that's how it should be. That's how I think it should be. Well, at least, be smart enough and be gracious enough to listen to what somebody else has to say. That doesn't mean you have to sway to their side. That doesn't mean you have to take their side, but at least you're gracious enough to listen to that other person's side.
Don't tempt me with a good time. Grey Wolf was saying if they're closer, they'd have to sit on me. Don't tempt me with a good time. Maybe that's what I want.
We can share our opinions and still be absolutely. It's lucky we're not close because yeah. I'm glad though. I mean, that's always what I've tried to encourage on both of my channels, is that just say what you think. Be respectful about it, but say what you think. And that doesn't mean I'm going to agree with you or you're going to agree with me, but hey, we can tell each other how we think and move on. Even good families do that. So we made it through the whole thing. That is right. We did. That's a celebration. Clap. Where's the applause button?
We finished a video on this podcast.
We finished a video. How about that?
Well, it took us 4 hours. But
Good. Very good. See, very good. Y'all did very good. Y'all, and then we'll laugh at ourselves. Very good. That's a long one.
Is that on a loop?
Yeah.
You can just loop a laugh track behind your live for the whole thing?
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah. So
I hate that. It would be cool if it was like once. I hate that it's on a loop.
Over and over and over. Right. There wouldn't be any discussion and we wouldn't grow and learn, would we? I also like to take you to lose your mind and call uncle.
Too late. I that years ago.
Great discussions and feedback on both channels with different things this evening. It is good. Yep, there's the clapping. Yep, the applause. We did a good job. No, we even despite the squirrels. Despite the squirrels. Is this tuning in red tube running?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, I appreciate everybody being here. It is getting late and we have almost done 4 hours. How about that? So I appreciate everybody being here. Miss Eve. Thank you, Miss Eve, as always. Thank you for dropping the links for me. Like I said, that channel hasn't put anything on there in forever, but that was a good walkthrough of the house. I like that. That kind of gave us an idea. So next week or next time we talk about JonBenet, my next live will be about the Watts. But the next time we talk about JonBenet, we'll try to go. We can either do Burke's interview or we can do the parents, whichever one everybody chooses for us to do. We can, because we're not going to make it through both of them, probably. Probably not. We do get to make it through this 20. I think this one was 21 minutes or something. But we'll decide when we get here next time that we do JonBenet. It may be on Eli's channel. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know. I know he was talking about doing maybe an open panel thing, and he's talked about doing a couple of other things, but I don't really know what he's got planned.
Yeah. He's shaking some things up, moving things around. So we'll see when he knows, we'll know, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I would say
Yeah.
make sure you're subscribed to Patriot and got the notifications so you know when he's doing stuff, because it sounds like he's going to be doing more stuff here soon from the way he was talking.
That's the way it sounds like. Yeah. Yeah. And when will you and Cher be live again?
Well, we were talking about doing one this weekend, so we might go live tomorrow, but I know she's pretty much off for a good chunk of this week. So if not tomorrow, I would expect by like Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, cool. All right. So will it be on hers this time or yours? I can't remember where y'all were at last. I think you were on hers last, wasn't you?
I don't even remember, but it's not so much about going back and forth. Like we're not necessarily taking like one channel then the next. It's more whatever topic it is. Like,
oh, gotcha. Okay.
If we want to talk Summer Wells or something like that, we'll do that on her channel. But if like if she does decide that she wants to talk about the Winchester house, that seems like a Voices Behind the Funhouse kind of topic.
Yeah.
So it's kind of more like, does this fit with your content or Funhouse content, or like what kind of video is this?
Gotcha. Yeah, so it's topic driven.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'll be doing something here within the next couple of days, I'm sure.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Well, everybody, thank y'all. We are hitting the hay. I'm hitting the hay after I, guess what? Check all my outside lights and lock all of my doors and turn on my alarm. That's what I'm doing. I got to brush my teeth and hit John because I don't want to get up in the middle of the night. Right? That's the other thing. After I check my outside lights, check all my doors, turn on the security system, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth. All of the things, right? All of the things. You're going to bed too, and it's not as late in Vegas. It's
in Vegas, it's like 9:30, same time as me.
Yeah, 11:38 here. Yep. Thank you for coming in, Duck. Right, we're gonna do all the things, Ronnie. All the things. All the things. So thank you for joining me tonight, Casey. I appreciate you. I'm sure I will talk to you tonight or tomorrow because we're always talking. So
yeah, I hope we get to do more Quad Squad stuff here soon.
Yes.
Hopefully,
Yes.
Eli can continue to. I know he's got a weird schedule right now, but
Yeah.
hopefully he can keep coming around and doing the thing. And
Yeah.
yeah, this was really fun. Thank you for having me up as always. But yeah, I am gonna go smoke a cigarette and see what's going on in South Central for a little bit, and then
There you
probably
go.
go to bed.
Then go to bed.
Don't
Cool.
be a menace in South Central, except for I'm always a menace in South Central, and I don't like juice in the hood.
Hey, Joe Barn.
Oh, what's up, Joe Barron?
Baron. Okay, gotcha.
It was just Joe Barron. He put cool on the end of it now. But
Okay.
what up, Joe?
All right. Well, we're getting ready to leave, but thank you for coming in. Appreciate you for coming in. You may be coming in on Eli's side, but either way.
Yeah, that's an
appreciate
Eli.
you. Yeah. And the reason you don't see him is because we commandeered his channel and we took it over. We hijacked it.
He should be thanking us because he's getting free watch time hours.
Right.
Welcome.
That's right. Right. So it's probably got us muted so he can't hear us because he's probably trying to sleep.
He's still getting the watch time hours, so either way he wins.
That's true. It is right. That's right.
But
Keep an eye out on my community page. Okay, cool, Duck. Thank you. All right, everybody. Good night. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you, Casey, for being here. Thank you, Quad Squad. I know y'all were all asleep, even you, Eli.
yeah, bye, Internet.
Yeah.
Have a good night. I'll talk to you next time, I guess.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Yes, good night. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Good night. Have a good one. Have a safe and wonderful Sunday. Stay cool and happy wherever you're at. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Good night.